Okay, so Steve, on our wedding night, he invited me and my best friend to go out with him to the club. So we ended up going out with them. And for the whole entire night, he ignored me. He must have turned around like 3 times to make sure I was still there. And the whole entire time, he's dancing with this female. He's talking to this female. He's over there conversating with other people.
You never pictured your wedding night like this, though, right?
Definitely not. It was supposed to be a happy night. I was happy. I was like, yeah, I finally found the right person. And it turned into a nightmare. At one point, I ended up turning around. He was dancing with her. He had her bag on his back. So I walked out. And I was mad. And it literally took him 2 minutes to realize I was gone. And he came outside. He was like, what's wrong? And I just totally ignored him. My best friend ended up telling him, like, why are you holding her bag? Like, what is going on here? Do you like her? Like, no woman gives you their bag for no reason. Like, you're just, what's going on here? And so he ended up walking back inside and giving her back her bag. We ended up going back inside to the club, and at this point, I'm just mad. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna double up. So I told the bartender, just keep coming, like, just keep them coming. So by the end of the night, I was on my ass. Like, I was literally sitting on the ground on my ass. After that, it was just like, there was just little clues. Like, he would literally just be like, oh, you want to go out with us? And then when he found out that she was going to be there, it was, oh, never mind, you don't have to come.
What other signs have you seen that make you suspect that he's cheating?
So at one point, they invited us out to go out with him again. And there was another instance where somebody else was hanging around his neck like an orangutan, talking about she loves him. And that was in front of me, and I'm just like, oh, really? I went through his phone, and I found just messages and videos and just other stuff that was just like, okay, why are you doing this if you're in a relationship with me? We're married. Why are you doing this? And to him, it was just like, oh, the marriage isn't real because we didn't do a real wedding, and we just went down to the courthouse to get married. And he said it's just a paper, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
You're here to find out if he's cheating. If he's cheating, what will happen?
Steve, I want a divorce. I want a divorce. I want a divorce.
Does he think that you're cheating?
I don't think he does, but I took the lie detector test because if he fails, he's going to see that he lost somebody forever for the rest of his life, and he's just going to feel like
Okay. All right, well, let's meet your husband, Esterson.
I'm here because I love you.
No.
You know this.
No.
Every day.
No.
No matter what happens,
No.
I stay with you.
No.
I do try to keep this family together.
You stay with me, but I told you could leave and don't let the door hit you, right?
You've been saying that forever. And do I not come home? Do I not stay
I don't need you to come home. What I needed you to do was protect our daughter from having another person in the car.
And I understand that, how you felt, because...
Do you? Because you continued to talk to her, didn't you?
Do I have a choice? We are co-workers. Sometimes I speak...
There's stuff that you talk about that you don't even need to talk about. You know that, don't you?
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
I don't
Oh, you can't come to my birthday party? Why are you still talking to her?
She made a comment because it was another co-worker's birthday.
Why are you still talking to her?
I'm not trying to talk to her. You know
But you do.
Because I have to sometimes.
But you do. So in October, didn't you text her a photo of something that after you told me you weren't talking to her, right?
No, not to her.
You didn't text her. You didn't text her.
I texted her and we talked this.
You didn't text her.
I did text her.
Oh, but then you said you just didn't. You just
said
said
text that photo. I never texted her any photo.
You didn't text her a photo on Instagram?
No. Oh.
Pick up his glasses, give them to him.
I'm telling you, fail this detector, and we're done.
Okay. Do you think you kind of handled a few things wrong in this marriage?
A few things.
Yeah.
But first of all, I was the one who set to marry because I didn't want her to leave.
You what?
I didn't want her to leave. She was going to go back to New York. I wanted her here. I wanted her to be with me. So I offered marriage. And
you got married, and that night you went to the club, right?
The club was a pre-planned event that she already knew about.
No, but, okay, so you're at the club, right? With your new bride.
Yes.
And you spent all your time with another woman.
I did not. I kept turning back to her, trying to pull her into the dance with us.
And what happened?
She kept saying no. She was, the way she stands off to the side, she's just at the bar with her best friend. She's talking, and
You were
We're
trying to
sitting-
get her on the dance floor?
Yes.
Did
That's-
you spend a lot of time with another woman while she was doing that?
It was not on her. It was a group of people,
Okay.
me and my friends.
Okay. Did he try to get you on the dance floor?
No, he didn't. He just kept turning around.
Okay. Do you love your wife?
Yes, very much.
Do you cheat on her?
No, never.
Do you regret ever telling her that you wanted to have sex with the coworker?
She had asked me if I had ever had a thought.
And,
Ever.
And as nothing in your brain said, just don't say yes.
She doesn't like lying, so I tell her everything.
How long you been married?
A year and a half now.
Does your wife ever get dressed, come downstairs and say, does this make me look fat?
No,
She never says that?
no.
It's coming. And I'm just gonna tell you, she come down the stairs weighing 800 pounds. And you know what you say? No,
I tell her, no,
you
I love
don't
you.
look fat.
You look great.
Yeah, always, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, pretend I'm your wife. You ever think about having sex with that woman?
No, never.
There you go. You could have saved yourself a lot of problems with that simple statement right there.
I've said times and times again about many things that
Yeah,
she says
but the
no.
cat's out of the
that's
bag.
a lie. You tell me the truth, and if I
know
don't
when
tell
you're
her
lying.
the
Your
truth,
face
I end up
changes.
getting hit.
Your face changes. I know when you're lying.
Do you think she's cheating on you?
No,
No. You think you're cheating.
she thinks I'm cheating.
Yeah.
I'm here for her. If I was, I wouldn't be here for one.
Well, that's not true because we get a lot of people come and they fail. Okay, but you love your wife and you want to stay with her.
Yes.
And you're going to pass this lie detector
Yes.
test. Sarah, you came here, took a lie detector test, and we asked you, while in a relationship with Esserson, did you ever have sexual contact with any other man besides him? You answered no. While in a relationship with Esserson, did you have sexual intercourse with any other man besides him? You answered no. The results came back the same to those two questions, and it came back that Sarah told the truth.
I ain't got no reason to cheat.
What do I have to cheat? What
I
reason
don't
do I
know.
have?
You tell me. Because apparently all of this ain't good enough for you.
You kind of had a blank emotion when she passed.
What,
Because I
you
knew
thought
she
I was
was going to
cheating?
pass.
You knew she was going to pass. All right, so Esserson came here, took a lie detector test, and we asked him, on your wedding night, did you have sexual contact with any other woman besides Sarah? He answered no. He told the truth.
That's one. That's one. That's one.
While in a relationship with Sarah, did you have sexual intercourse with any other woman besides her? He answered no. He told the truth. While in a relationship with Sarah, did you have sexual contact with any other woman besides her? He answered no. While married to Sarah, did you have any sexual contact with your coworker? He answered no. And to those two questions, the results came back the same, and it came back that Esserson did not tell the truth.
Word?
No, not word. Not word. I told the truth. I always tell the truth. Those are wrong.
But I didn't fail. I didn't fail. I didn't fail.
The first
Yo,
one.
shut.
Okay,
You can do that.
Now,
We done.
now, just so you know, when we talk sexual contact, that could be like a kiss.
I don't care. A kiss,
That could
a
be a
look,
hug.
anything your for her. I don't care. We done. We done. Say goodbye to your kid because you're not going to see her. Because I'm moving back here. You're done. I'm not having my daughter grow up thinking that it's okay for to cheat on her.
I've never cheated on
I'm
you.
good.
When you went out of town, didn't you say he went out with her?
They went out to a club with everybody.
Yeah. Could have you been dancing, you're
I
grinding
don't know.
on
I
her a little
wasn't there.
bit?
We did not go to a club. We went to a bar.
Okay.
She said I could.
Did she ever grind on you?
No.
Did she ever kiss you?
No.
Did you kiss her?
No.
Well, how do you explain the sexual contact?
Hug even.
Okay.
Because I hug people all the time.
Yeah. But this is sexual contact, and I think when we're talking about sexual contact, that's more than a hug. It has to be, I think, the very minimum, a kiss.
I've never kissed anyone else.
Okay. So he doesn't fail for sexual intercourse or anything like that, never while being married to you. I'd hate to see a family break up over something like this. When I look at people, and I'm looking at him, and I think he really does love you, okay? I think maybe you guys got married in a very short amount of time, but I do think this is something that you could work past. And you have a child, and you have a family unit, and sometimes you have to work through the rough times. I'm not trying to persuade you, trying to change your mind. All I'm saying is, when I look at this man, do I see that he generally loves you? I'm guessing. I see yes. And all I'm saying is, he never slept with anybody. You know, this other woman, which I think could be corrected. You could totally stay away from her, right? Just say yes, Steve. Yes. You know, I'm trying to help. You see I'm trying to help you here?
I see you trying to help me, yes, Steve.
Do you want me to try to help you?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, I think you have a husband that really does love you. This is not something to end the marriage of. Yes, do you need to talk about it? Yes. Do you need to work through it? Yes. But please, don't end your marriage. Don't end your family over something like this. What do you think?
I'm just so mad.
I know you're mad. And you have a right to be mad. Nobody's telling you not to be mad. I'm just saying, we all get mad. We all, again, everybody that's ever married goes through a rough time. I just don't think this is something to end your marriage over. You can go home, you can yell at him, you can freeze him out for a while, you can do all those things. But at some point, you need to talk, and I would advise you to work through it, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Take your wife. Take your wife by the hand and walk off the stage. Some of the most heinous accusations made on my stage have come from families at war, including siblings targeting each other. And when Kiki came on my show accusing her brother, Dalen, of molesting her daughter, it divided the family. Their sister, Shanae, took up for her niece, and then her mother, Aisha, stood by her son. Take a look at this tense family feud.
I'm here today with my mom, my brother, my sister, Kiki, basically to find out what happened to my niece. I questioned my niece about, you know, if anything happened to her because we started seeing like certain changes in her. I said, well, was it any of mommy's friends? She shook her head no. So I said, you know, was it a family member? And she nodded her head yes. So I said, you know, was it, you know, mommy's boyfriend? She said no. I didn't want to ask, but I definitely asked, and I said, was it Uncle Dalen? Yes.
When I first heard about this about 3 months ago, my mom had texted me at work, and she was letting me know I was accused of molestation. That whole day at work, I was just really feeling sick about the whole situation. It was hard for me to work. So I didn't talk to my mom until I got back from work, you know, and she was telling me that I had to go find somewhere else to stay. So I did that for a few months, and it still feels like, you know, it's some type of weight, you know, on my shoulders about the whole situation, because I know everybody else has to be feeling the same way I'm feeling about it. So the truth is really what I just want to figure out.
I didn't want to call my sister right away because I didn't even know what to say to her and how, and then I didn't know she was going to be upset with me, you know, with prying into, you know, her child, you know what I'm saying, because That's something that she should have did. And I ended up texting her like, hey, you know, I had a conversation with Niecy Pooh, and she told me some things that I think you need to know about. She's saying that Uncle Dalen touched her. He thought she was sleeping. She wasn't. He came into her room, picked her up, and brung her downstairs. She wasn't asleep. She knew exactly what was happening. She knew exactly what was going on. My niece she's not an older girl, but when that happened to her, she's definitely old enough to comprehend this is not right. This is wrong.
Me being accused, you know, I can understand because I was there at the time. But I'm not the type of uncle to do anything like crazy, like anything insane like that.
He's like, you know, well, I'm not that type of uncle. And I'm like, but you are that type of uncle. I said, listen, I really feel like you need to turn yourself in, like, at the end of the day, because this is what she's saying that you did to her. And he told me he was going to turn himself in. So I'm just like, if you didn't do anything, or if you didn't feel any type of guilt, then why are you going to turn yourself in?
After I take this test and I get the actual results, you know, what the truth is, I'm hoping that everything could just, you know, somehow not go back to the way it used to, but, you know, just get better from here.
Okay, well, Steve, back in August of 2020, my mom reached out to me. She said my brother was in a bind and that he needed somewhere to stay. So I was like, okay, he can come stay with me and my children. He was there for not even a month, so I wouldn't even say a whole 30 days he was there. In that time that he was there, he was drinking every day, doing drugs, talking crazy at night, like just being belligerent, like I don't know what it was about. He always was trying to fight somebody, tell somebody to kill him, and like things of that nature. I was at one of my hair clients' house doing hair when my sister called me, and she's like, Key, I got something really serious that I need to tell you. I need to talk to you. She's like, she talked to my daughter, and she told her that my brother did something to her. Did Uncle Dalen hurt you? She said yes. I said, okay, well, tell me what happened. She said that she was in her room, in her bed, asleep. He came into her room. He picked her up out of the bed and brought her downstairs. When he took her downstairs, she said that he pulled her pants down and her underwear, and she said that he touched her down there. She said that he... I asked her, did he put his private area down there? She said no. I said, so he did not touch your private area with his private? And she said no. I said, all right, did he pull his private area out? She said yes. I was like, what did he do with it? What did he do with it when he pulled it out? She said, he put it... At this point, I'm losing it because I'm just like, this is my baby. And like, this is my brother. I'm like, he did what? And she was just like, yeah, so she's crying, she's upset. I'm upset. And I'm like, is that all, you know, that happened? She said it happened more than once. So not only did you do the most, but you did the most more than once with my baby. And so I'm like, I'm comforting my daughter, and I assure her that everything is going to be okay, that she's not wrong, and that he is wrong and disgusting, and that she never has to worry about seeing him being around her, or able to hurt her like that again. So I called my mother on FaceTime, and we're all huddled around. I'm upset, and I'm telling her what my child just told me. My mother is on the FaceTime looking at me with no emotion, just no reaction, just looking at me. So then I tell her about him putting it, because that was like one of the worst parts for me. And I'm upset, and she's still giving me no reaction. So now I'm getting kind of pissed off because I know that if the allegations were against anybody else other than her son, she would have been going off on a tangent. She would have been like, oh, nah, we gonna do this to him, and we gonna do that to him, and don't worry about it, girl. Like, it was none of that. None of it. Ma, you know Dalen did that. You know he did it. I don't even know why we here right now. All of this could have got resolved if you would have just took him to the police department, because you know he did it.
Hey, Steve, how are you? Okay, so let me be clear, okay? I don't put nothing past a rat, okay? I'm not defending him. I'm not protecting him.
But you kind of are.
No, please don't do that. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm sitting back here watching the narrative be spun, and it's wrong. I'm for the children. I got 18 grandchildren. You know my past. You know what's happened to me.
So that's even more reason for you to believe your granddaughter over your son. Because why would she lie? Just like, why would you lie as a kid?
Hold on. I'm not defending him. He has to
He's here with you.
They flew us in together, Key.
Because he was living with you. He moved back in with you after you supposedly kicked him out.
He was only supposed to be there briefly to get his own place. That's it.
No, he didn't need his own place. He needs to be his own place in jail. That's where his own place needs to be.
It's got to be hard for a mother.
I'm in the worst.
Yes, it's got to be hard for a mother whose son might be capable of doing something
right,
like
not
this.
only that, but her dude done sexually assaulted her.
No, he did not.
Let me speak.
No, he did not.
He sexually assaulted her on many occasions. She was just in a battered women's shelter, running from him. He held her hostage in the house. Come on, we all know this.
No.
Do you believe, and I know it's a tough question, do you believe that your son sexually molested your granddaughter?
If my this particular grandchild, this the go-to right here. She's a good girl. Anything I need to know, if she said he did it,
then you believe it.
Yeah, but I'm
Did you ever ask your son?
Yeah, I sent him a nice long text message, and I'm like, yo, you did this to, your niece or whatever.
And what did he say?
He said he didn't do it. He said he doesn't like children. He's not a pedophile, because I called him a pedophile. But I told him he can't stay with me. He got to go. He can't stay nowhere around me.
What's going on, Steve?
How you going? She says, hey, maybe, listen, I don't want to, I'm not going to go too far down the road of whatever problems you have in your relationship, okay? I'm sure doesn't sound good, but we're not here for that. But I want to point blank and ask. I want to point blank
in the house.
How? He was not. He was not.
Are you lying for him now?
I want to point blank. Ask
Don't
you,
lie for him.
Did you molest a little girl?
Never.
Okay, but
I just want the truth.
it gets thrown on you a little bit. Well, maybe it wasn't Dalen. Maybe it was you. How do you
But
respond
I never
to that?
said it wasn't my son.
I mean, at the end of the day, I understand how mothers can be very protective of their children.
Did you assault my
you get
child?
What I'm saying?
Did you
I understand
sexually
how
assault Key?
You could take a situation
Did you sexually assault Key? Tell the truth.
Not what we're
no,
here
but tell the
for.
truth.
I can see how you could take a situation
You wanted me to press charges
and want
on him
other people to be
for
the
you.
problem in the corporate, except for looking at yourself, looking in the mirror and saying, I should have handled this better as a mother.
How you doing?
How you doing, Steve? I'm all right.
So let me start off. Do you have a drinking problem?
Yeah, I have a drinking problem.
Do you drink so much that you forget things?
Not that much anymore.
But you did.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Because listen, if you ever drank alcohol and you drank too much, you did something that you forgot. I mean, it happened to me. It happens to everybody. If at some point in your life you drink a lot of alcohol, you're going to do things that you don't remember. And the next day you wake up, and either if you live by yourself, you just got to kind of figure out what the hell did I do, or if you're married, your wife's going to let you know. She ain't making that up, right?
Don't think I wouldn't do anything like that, Steve. Most of the time
You
I
don't
would.
think. See, listen, Dalen, I don't want to like scream at you and, monster. But I do think maybe you got so drunk you did this.
No, I don't.
But you're not sure?
No, I'm sure that I didn't do this.
How can you be sure if you black out and get drunk?
I didn't do anything to my niece now.
Okay.
And
So
I
when you
told
talked to him on the phone, he said he
He-
never denied it.
He never denied
But he
it.
never said, I did do it.
He never said he did do it, and he never said he didn't. He just kept saying
you
continuously,
think you did it?
yes. If you are a physical abuser to children, you can definitely be a sexual abuser as well. And that's what I believe, point blank period.
Plus the little girl,
Me and my niece are close, okay? I set her in my room, we talked. I was like, hey, you know, did anybody ever hurt you? You know what I'm saying? I was like, because Auntie pays attention. And I was like, you're quiet now? She wasn't quiet.
Her
She wasn't
behavior changed.
Yeah, like
well, he came here and he took a lie detector test. Did you at any time engage in any physical sexual acts to Kiki's daughter for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. And results for his lie detector test is that Dalen told the truth. We asked you, did you engage in physical sexual acts with Kiki's daughter for your own sexual gratification?
Yes, sir.
You answered no. The results is that Levi told the truth. You don't have to apologize because your daughter told you this. You're not fabricating the story.
Yeah, she told me.
You
too,
have
as
to
well,
come here
so.
and find out the truth. You have to get to the bottom of it for your daughter, so you have nothing to apologize for.
I love you, baby girl.
And we wish your whole family a lot of luck. Thanks for coming on. Larissa could not believe her ears when doctors told her that her 2-year-old niece was showing signs of being sexually assaulted. And what made the situation even worse was that she believed the child was placed in harm's way by her sister, Zara, her niece's own mother. Watch this explosive confrontation.
Why? Larissa, why?
Why?
You're supposed to be my big sister.
And
I'm
you're
a
supposed
baby
to be a
compared
mom.
to you.
But you're supposed to be a mom. You had a kid. You had a kid before I did too, and you're supposed to take
Because damn near
responsibility.
everything you just said was a lie.
Okay.
Everything.
And their lie detector test will prove otherwise, Zara.
I'm sorry, my life's a little bit harder than yours. But Clarissa, I don't get to live up under a guy every 3 months and bounce around. I like to do stuff by myself and raise my baby by myself with no man.
You sit there and brag about living in your car.
I brag about it?
You
Or do
came
I
to my
come
house
to my
bragging-
sister and cry about it? And the same sister I'm crying to about DCFS being called on me multiple times hugs me and tells me who would do something like this to you.
Explain to me why
that girl
for
right
a week,
there.
for a week. And I told you told me she hadn't had a bath in a week when you dropped
I would
her
tell
off
you
that
that
night.
I would tell the
Yeah,
person
you
who
did
called
that day.
DCFS on me anything about my life.
Oh, you
I
didn't
would tell the person who called DCFS
Get out
on
my
me
face.
about my life. I didn't touch my daughter, period. You know that. But how come every single day from February, I done seen your face every single day, and you did not once sit me down and be like, hey, Zara, let's go figure this out. Let's go figure out who touched baby girl. No, you didn't bring it up now
Because
once.
you were supposed to do that as her mom.
She cares about you, right?
This is caring? You called DCFS on me 6 times, but
well-
never once opened your door for me?
Because
Oh, that's
okay,
a lie.
hold on,
I
hold on,
let you
hold
live
on,
at my
hold on,
house.
hold on, hold on. I'll say this. Maybe she is calling on you, and some people might say that's wrong, but you're here today because something did happen to your daughter, right?
Something happened, yes.
And do you have any idea what it was?
Honestly, when it all comes down to it, according to the test, she could have done it herself.
Well,
Now, right before everybody gets all crazy and stuff, it wasn't no
Nobody's saying
inside.
nothing.
It wasn't no inside damage
Right.
done. There was scratches on the outside, and I've walked in on her many times. Now that's what throws me off.
Well, that would be a sign of
she
sexual
clearly,
abuse, right?
She clearly
She's
has
too- how
seen
does she
somebody
know
have
that?
sex or seen something sexual.
Okay.
Now, when these tests come back and prove that it wasn't around
Has
me,
she ever seen you have sex with
no,
anybody?
no.
Okay.
My apartment had her own bedroom in it. She was in her room doing whatever she wanted to do.
Right.
I'm not gonna sleep
So
with
I'm
somebody
gonna-
in front of my daughter.
Are you on Backpage ads?
No,
Okay.
I want to see the ad if there is. The only thing I ever do, and at this point I feel like it was you because I don't believe a thing you say. Someone took all my Facebook pictures, my phone number, and used my real name and put me on Backpage. My phone was blowing up that day, blowing up. But if I'm going to do anything, I'm not going to use my face, my name, or my number.
And now I'm bringing out who? The boyfriend. The father of your child, Jamal. Let's bring out Jamal.
Bring out Jamal.
How you doing, Jamal?
How you doing?
How did you find out what happened to your daughter?
I found out.
Please.
I found out on Facebook comments and posts.
Well, and what was on the Facebook comments and posts?
It was just pictures of my daughter looking sad. She was like she was ill, like she was sick.
Who posted those?
She did. She posted.
Oh, you
them.
posted.
That's what made me call her and ask her what was wrong.
I didn't call you?
No, because I woke up and looked at my Facebook. It's the first thing I did. Look at my
Right, because I blew your phone up because you don't have a job or nothing. You
I
don't
had
wake
like
up till 2 o'clock.
17 notifications.
This is happening
and
about 9
comments
o'clock
and
in the morning.
pictures, you know?
Okay. So I'll just come out and ask you, did you molest your daughter?
No, my daughter was perfectly fine. She was with me for 3 days. Nothing was wrong with her.
Okay. Do you know of anybody that did this to your daughter?
No, when I first heard, my first thought was either her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend?
That was my first thought.
You guys aren't together?
No.
Okay, Jamal, you came here, and we asked you regarding your daughter, do you know for sure who sexually molested her? You answer no. Regarding your daughter, did you sexually molest her? You answer no. The results came back both the same for both questions, and they came back, Jamal, that you told the truth. Zara. We asked you the same 2 questions. Regarding your daughter, do you know for sure who sexually molested her? You said no. Regarding your daughter, did you sexually molest her? You answered no. The results for your lie detector test is both questions came back the same, and they came back that you told the truth.
Thank you.
I would never touch my kid. Never, ever, ever,
I never accused
and
you
I know
of you.
for a fact he didn't do it because I laid down with this man for 3 years and I'm not going to lay down with no shady ass dude.
Okay.
Period.
But this still happens.
The fact that you both pass is a really good thing. Mm-hmm. The problem that I have is I think something, because of the way you even said how you catch your daughter being sexually active at such a young age, acting out, something did happen to your daughter.
And they determined sexual assault at the hospital.
Well, if I don't know, what do you want me to do about it?
Well,
I know just as much as you do, Clarissa, just as much as you do.
Then how come when she
So
was
what I'm
supposed to
gonna
get questioned by
assume-
the police?
I didn't accuse you and she's been staying with you. I could have easily said you did this. Those words didn't come out of my mouth. Look how you looked. That's how I look when you said I did it.
I never accused you of doing it.
Live my life the way, walk in my shoes for 20 years, have her as a sister and him as a baby daddy and tell me to do better. It's hard. It's real hard when you have 2 of the people that you count on the most dragging you and dragging you down. These people are supposed to uplift me and help me, and if I'm doing anything wrong, protect me from anybody finding out or anybody damaging my name. These are the first ones name.
Okay. When your problems, when people just point, and never point at themselves, I think sometimes they got a problem. And all I'm saying to you is, I would seriously consider what you're doing, and I would look to stop. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Good luck to you. All hell broke loose in Maria's family, and the authorities got involved after accusations were made that her son, Aiden, had touched her daughter, his younger sister. But that's not all. Steve, who is the girl's father, and Maria's ex, were also being accused of molesting her. Take a look at this shocking showdown.
2020, my daughter told me that she was being molested. She told me, Daddy, you know, I gotta tell you something, but I don't want to be in trouble. And I said, well, you're not gonna be in trouble. I'm your dad. You're supposed to come to me and I'm supposed to help you out. So then she told me that her brother Aiden had touched her in her underpants.
Like one day I was at work, I get a phone call from my mom that she got information that I was accused of touching my little sister. I was just in shock. I was really disgusted about all the things that was being said. Couldn't fathom what could be going on over at Steve's house.
So I contacted the Bayonne Police Department and they put me in touch with DCP&P. They contacted me back the next day. And I told them what was going on, and then of course the investigation started.
There was an allegation against me that I touched my little sister. They were saying that I was playing. I was like, no. The amount of detail that they were saying, as soon as I heard that, I gagged.
Probably about a year later, they closed the case because my daughter retracted her statement. okay? But yet she still talks about this till today, saying nobody believes her what happened with her brother Aiden.
I was interrogated by the police that was like near my house, and I was interrogated for hours on end. And ultimately, at the end, I was able to go home. They let me go. They do believe my sister was touched, but they can't pin it on who. And it wasn't me, so clearly I'm thinking it's Steve.
Well, Aiden did get in trouble in high school for sending pictures of his penis to some girl in high school. I don't know whatever the outcome was with that, but I know the police were involved. So to me, I see that, yeah, he possibly definitely could have done this.
If my little sister was molested, I strongly believe that it was Steve. That it was her father that touched her. Because every time they would come over to his house, they would always come back like distant. Their behavior was different. Everything was different.
And after all of this, I get this letter in the mail stating that me and Becky are molesting my daughter. That would never happen. Okay, I'm here trying to protect my daughter.
If Steve didn't molest my sister, I'm pretty sure that he actually coached them to say something.
Who do you believe?
I believe my son, Steve.
Yeah.
I've raised all of my children. I honestly don't believe that he's capable of doing anything like that to hurt a sibling of his. My children are caring, all of them. Steve, their father, had always asked, for them to have extra time with them. He wasn't working at the time, and we own a family convenience store, so I figured it was safer for them out in the country in Pennsylvania than it was to be in a crowded city where we live, as far as COVID goes. So I let them go. Halfway through their trip, I received a phone call that CPS was at my door, that they needed to investigate where the children dwell, was their food, that there was an accusation of neglect.
On your part?
On my part. So they came in, they checked the situations, everything was fine. And then it wasn't until I went to pick my children up from their fathers for that visit that it was stated to me that someone in my household was accused of touching my daughter.
Who was telling you this?
My DCP worker.
Okay. And did you ever say to your daughter, hey, because Steve's her dad, right? Mm-hmm. Did you ever say, did Daddy ever do this to you?
We did have a discussion recently after new things were brought to light.
Right.
And she told me, yes, he did.
Oh, she did say
She
this.
told me he did. You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. It's from the first day.
Child?
From the first day.
You should be protecting
It happened to you, and now it's happening again,
They're
right?
defenseless,
Right?
these children.
Stop spitting at me.
Defenseless, these
Stop
children are.
spitting at
And you
me.
want to stick
I
up
don't
for
have
an
to take your
adult.
crap anymore.
Get the hell out of
Yeah,
here.
please.
So at one point, the two of you were very much in love?
Very much.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah. Man, what happened?
Yeah.
I saw the
Probably
light.
for a year.
Okay. You are accused of sexually touching your daughter.
Never.
What I'm asking
That would
you.
never ever happen.
You're accused of it.
Oh, I don't know I'm accused of it,
Yeah.
but why would I want to come on this show? I'm the one who put
Well,
forth the
I'll
opinion.
answer you. We've had 1,000 people that have done that. Said,
Why would I go to the
do that? And
authorities?
guess what? They fail.
I went right to the authorities when I got these allegations. I also went to my job, which I'm suspended from.
How did you, first of all, how did you become aware that Aiden, her son, a son from a previous relationship, how did you come about that he had touched your daughter?
Right from the little girl's mouth.
What did she say to you?
She told me, Daddy, I have to tell you something. I don't want to get in trouble. And I said, I'm not here for you to be in trouble. I'm here to help you. I'm your father. You tell me something, we're going to figure this out and get you the help you need. And she said, Aiden put his hand down in my pants and touched my private and tried to put his hot dog, was her words.
Okay. And you then did what? You went to the police?
I called the state police, and they told me to contact the county that it happened in. So I called the Bayonne Police Department, who got me in touch with DCP.
And they interviewed Aiden.
Okay. I don't know exactly what happened. They really gave me
you didn't follow up on it?
Oh yeah, they won't give me any information. They're very vague. With
come on. You are the representation,
What-
the
the
guardian
thing-
of the child.
the thing that I
the
heard-
police aren't just going to say, well, we
You
can't
know
tell
what
you
I heard from
anything.
them, DCP?
Yeah, I
They
do.
told
That's
me-
what I'm asking.
Okay, they went to an Audrey Hepburn house, which is a therapy for this kind of thing. They said, well, what I got was they clinically support the allegations of molestation. So in layman's terms, that means he did it.
Why isn't he arrested?
I don't know, because they supposedly said she retracted the information when she was with the
Well,
mother.
but this was 2 years ago.
There was, yeah.
Three, okay.
There was allegations of molestation.
Okay, so 2-3 years ago, if he did it, the police are aware, they haven't locked him up. Wouldn't that go to show that there's not enough evidence to lock him up?
I think it's all being manipulated.
Your daughter, twins, daughter and son, were in therapy, and the son says, hey, it wasn't our older brother Aiden that is touching her, it's my dad, Steve, that's doing it.
Yeah, I believe it's all being manipulated.
You believe she's coaching
Yes,
the
exactly.
kids to say that.
I strongly believe that.
And why is she doing that?
Because just like this whole bunny thing with the phone, the kids are telling me, oh, Mommy wants you in jail when they came up with that
Why
money.
would she want you in jail?
I don't know.
How dare you? I did not.
How dare I what?
I did not touch her.
How dare I
I
what?
did not touch her.
You're full of
Oh, I'm full.
Yeah.
No more full than you.
Okay.
How dare you?
Sorry.
Clean it up.
To be honest, I think you touched her.
You think I did it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what she's still talking about today, saying that nobody believes what happened.
Really?
to my
When did
brother
you
Aiden?
talk to her? When did you talk to her?
I talked to
When
her.
did you call and talk to her? Because barely whenever I
You
hear
never
when she
call and
calls.
talk to any of them.
Yeah, when I
You're
call
so
and talk,
concerned.
they
Oh, you're
don't
so
You're so
answer.
concerned.
You,
How
somebody in the
dare
background
you?
You're
is
so
talking.
concerned.
Yeah, I'm so concerned.
You
Did
don't.
you sexually molest your sister?
No.
No. Why do you think that you were accused of this?
Steve will try anything and everything to get out of paying child support for my mother.
You know, I don't want to get too much into it, but you sent pic to somebody and you got in trouble?
See, I was blackmailed. That was when I was only 14 years old. Are you kidding me?
It was sent to another 14-year-old.
Yeah.
It was sent to
Are you
somebody.
kidding
So,
me?
so one of these deals where they asked you to send a pic and you did?
This was like 8
And it went
years
around
ago.
to school, you know,
Okay,
one
yeah.
of those
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, that's
You
right.
live, you learn. You know.
Listen, that is like, what kids go through today is a minefield.
Yes.
That we,
It's
at least my
completely
age,
messed up.
we didn't
Yeah.
have to deal with that. Thank God. Do you think that he would lock your little brother up in a dog crate and then molest the your little sister?
To be honest, at this moment, I don't even know what he's capable of.
So you never heard the little girl
Not an adult.
directly?
After he told me what happened, we talked about it, and yes, I did hear it from her, not the first time I
Really?
heard from him.
Seems like he just coached you right live on
No
stage
way.
here.
There's a lot more
do I look
details in
like a
this-
sick
this
person?
one incident.
I
They don't
mean,
even want to go to your house
you know.
anymore. Like, it's just,
okay.
That's not true either.
yes, it is.
You ever see the little boy in a crate?
He's played in the crate before, yes.
So he has been
He
in the
has
crate.
played in
I've
the
never
crate,
seen
yes.
him play in
The
the
crate is in our bedroom, yes.
Oh, what crate? What
When
crate,
he
though?
climbed
I
in
didn't
there.
say what
Okay.
crate.
Please.
When he climbed in the crate, did you ever shut it?
No,
Did you ever lock it?
no.
No. All right, Maria, you're first up. We gave you a lie detector test concerning coaching and fabrication. And we asked you, did you coach any of your children to say, Steve sexually molested your twin daughter? You answered no. Did you fabricate the story that Steve and Becky put your son in a dog crate? You answered no. Are you covering for your son, Aiden, regarding the sexual abuse allegations against him? You answered no. The results of your lie detector test is inconclusive due to, hold on. Let me finish here. Inconclusive due to distortion in psychological tracings. How do you say it again?
Physiology.
The charts were distorted, not because of drug use. No. Okay, so.
It can be because of medical conditions. It can be because she's not testable. It can be
Yeah, some people aren't testable. You might be one of those people. Doesn't make you guilty. I got to say that because sometimes people hear inconclusive. Now, usually when inconclusive and there's drug use, then I say, hey, you trying to, get out of taking the test. That's not the case here. We just cannot get a conclusive result because of many different reasons there could be, but drug use not being one of them. And we gave you a drug test and you passed it, by the way. And we asked you about abuse and fabrication. First, about the fabrication. Did you help contrive a story that Aiden sexually molested his sister? You answered no. Did you coach the twin girl to accuse her brother Aiden of sexually molesting her? You answered no. The result of those two questions came back the same. and it came back that Becky told the truth. We asked you about locking the child in a dog cage. Have you ever locked Steve's twin son in a dog crate to help him sexually abuse his daughter? You answered no. The result of that question is that you told the truth. Have you ever witnessed Steve sexually molest his twin daughter? You answered no. The result is you told the truth. Did you ever coach your twin daughter to say her brother Aiden sexually touched her? You answered no. Did you fabricate the story that Aiden sexually molested his sister? You answered no. The results to those two questions came back the same, and it came back that Steve told the truth.
Exactly.
Have you ever locked your twin son in a dog crate for the purpose of sexually abusing your twin daughter? You answered no. You told the truth. Have you ever sexually molested your twin daughter for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. Have you ever attempted to sodomize your daughter? He answered no. The results to those two questions came back the same, and it came back that Steve told the truth. Well, Aiden, you came here and you took a lie detector test, and we asked you, have you ever sexually molested your little sister for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. Have you ever attempted to sodomize your sister? You answered no. The results came back the same to those two questions, and it came back that Aiden did not tell the truth.
No, I did not do it.
Really?
I'm telling you the truth.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I mean, you don't have to be a psychology major to notice that this guy has all the, the bearings of a guilty person. What do you do?
I work at my local high school.
You work at your
Oh.
Your mother gets called in here. She's being accused of being a liar and trying to destroy lives. A man that she had 2 kids with could possibly have gone to jail, spent time for a crime he didn't commit in prison. Can you imagine that? Going to prison for a crime you didn't commit? She gets dragged in, whether she's locking the little guy up in a dog kennel, all because of what you did.
I did not do it, Steve.
You did it.
I did not
Listen,
do it, Steve.
you got some problem going on here, and I think you're attracted to children.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I think you are. And before you just, and think about all the damage you did to the little girl now, right? You better find in your heart so you don't destroy a bunch of lives to say, I did it, I'm sorry, I just want to move forward. Are you willing to say that? You did it, right? I'll tell you, you're going to feel like 1,000 pounds got lifted off your chest. Did you do it?
I did not do it. I didn't. I am so sorry that you guys lost your jobs. But I'm telling you right now, I did not do it.
And with that, you can get the hell off my stage. What terrifies me, he works at a school. Okay? That freaks me out. But I wish you all the best, and I hope you get to the bottom of it.
Thank you very much.
Aiden was this close to admitting what he did. But truthfully, we didn't need a confession. In my eyes, the lie detector test and his reaction spoke loud enough. We wanted to know what happened after the show, so we reached out to Steve for an update.
Hey, Steve. I want to thank you for having us on your show. As of yet, we still haven't seen the kids. I just don't know what's going on in that issue. And also, after the show, what's going on with Aiden. It's a little nerve-wracking not knowing really what's going on. But on a brighter note, your lie detector test on the show did help myself and my fiance Becky. We did get our jobs back, and we are returned back to work in full swing. We are going to keep fighting for the kids until we know that they're safe and sound, then we actually finally get to see them again. So once again, thank you and your staff for having us on the show and helping us out in a big way.
Vonda lived every mother's worst nightmare after her young son accused her oldest son, Kalvante, of sexually abusing him. Taking matters into her own hands, Vonda called the police, and Kalvante went to jail at 16 years old over a crime he claims he never committed against his little brother. Kalvante was desperate to clear his name and came to my show to do it. Watch this.
Kalvante is my oldest child. I had my son when I was 12 years old, and I love him very dearly. I was so hurt from the thought of somebody doing something to my child. Not only that, but his own brother is the accuser, so it just broke my heart completely. It was a hard decision for me, but I had to call the police to protect my kids that I had at the time in the home and to try to protect Kalvante at the same time and get him some help. When he went to jail, by the time I got down there, my son told me that the way that the detectives, handled him, it was so rough to the point to where he just got tired and he basically wrote down what they were saying just so they would leave him alone. And I wasn't there in the interrogation room. I thought me or a lawyer had to be there. If Kalvante fails this test, it would really crush me. And if he passes this test, it's still gonna crush me just to know that he was telling the truth. And for the past 10 years of our lives has been turned upside down. I want to be able to have my children together. The past 10 years, I haven't been able to do that. I just really can't believe that I'm going through this. I really can't believe that for the past 10 years, that I can't even live a normal life without having this in the back of my mind. Did Kalvante do it or did he not do it? I just need Steve's help.
Just tell me your story, You know better than anybody.
When I was 16 years old, one of my relatives, they had came to my mom. I was accused of molesting one of my little brothers, but this is something that I would never in my life do. I just felt like, why is she trying to tear our family apart? My little brother was a baby, and I would never in my life would have went that far. I'm 16, and I was still a child myself. For my mother believed my relatives over me, how I felt real bad, terrible. I believe that I'm getting accused of this because I'm gay, and it's not right. When my mother wound up calling the police on me, I was scared. I was in a little room, and it just they was forcing me to tell them that it doesn't happen, even though it didn't happen. Like I say, I would never in my life do nothing like that. And then they wound up putting a whole nother charge on me at the same time. Well, after I did 3 years, basically, I had to get out, go register as a sex offender. How it's affecting me, it's affecting me real bad because how people just look. It's just hard for me that I have to deal with it, and I need the relationship back with my mother the way it used to be. I love my mother to death. I would never hurt her, I would never do anything. I love my mother to the point that literally if she died, I would not know what to really do because that's the only person that I have. I took this lie detector test today, and I am gonna pass this test today. And I want my mother to know that I love her and I would never hurt her or anyone in my family.
Vonda, that's your son, Kalvante, on the tape. How is your relationship with him now?
We have a relationship, and I try to keep a bond with him, but it's nothing like how things were before as a family.
Does it bother you that he's gay?
No, not now. It did I first.
It did at first, but now you accept him.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a relationship with Kalvante now?
Yes.
Yeah, and is it a good one?
It's a good one, but it's nothing like how it was before.
Well, I mean, a lot has happened, you know, in the last 10 years. And I got to imagine there's regrets and some maybe pent-up frustration. Now, he's here. He took the lie detector test. If he did it, a lot of people would say, well, he was a young man. He maybe did something he didn't completely understand. But whatever the case, he was institutionalized, penalized, imprisoned for 3 years. He's paid his price.
Right.
But what if he comes here, takes a lie detector test, he passes, and for the last 10 years, his life's been blown up over a false accusation?
That's gonna just tear me up.
Mama, I did not do this, so why would you really sit here and believe a relative over your son? I was 16 at the time, and you don't know how bad it hurts me. But I have to go through this and have people watching me. It destroyed my life, and you cannot give 10 years of my life back. You can't do that. And I didn't do it, and I would never do nothing like that. That is disgusting.
Why do you think that this accusation came out that you were accused of doing this to your little brother?
Because I felt like how I really felt like because I was gay and like family members, they, you know, I guess they was thinking in their mind, well, since he gay, yeah, he did it, or, you know, just looking at me crazy.
Yeah, and sometimes people falsely think that because you're gay, you must be touching children, which is totally not true. And then I heard that you went back to jail because you failed to register.
I did not know, like, all the way how it worked.
Right.
Until I got locked up, until I went back. And when I got out, I went back to the people.
Right.
But I had realized, like, I know what to do now, so I'm not...
How long, when they sent you back, how long did you do then?
The first time I did 8 months.
That's a long time. And that's not in a juvenile facility anymore, right? You're with sex offenders, right? Was that tough?
It was real tough.
Did you ever have any sexual contact with your brother? You answered no. You told the truth.
Dang, I'm so tired.
Then we asked him the second question. Did you commit that sexual assault on your brother? Did you commit that sexual assault on your brother? You answered no. You did not tell the truth.
How is that? I didn't do it, I'm being honest.
All that animosity and all that cussing.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
I did not do it, Mama, and I'm telling you that.
Hold on a second. I want to ask you, this is your firstborn son. You had him when you weren't even a teenager yet. So, you know, he's been in your life almost as long as you've been alive. He did something horrible, right? But he was a child when he did it. And I'm not trying to convince you either way. I'm asking you as a mother.
How can he make that right, Steve?
Mama, I didn't do it.
How can he?
How does he make it right? By never doing anything like that again. My thing is, you did it. You did your time. You were punished. You had and to a certain level,
and he's still being punished.
Yes, as a sex offender.
He's still being punished.
Right.
Yes.
But knowing that your mother's saying, hey, you can't come in the house, you can't be around the other kids, but she's going to have a relationship with you, is that good enough?
It's good enough, but I didn't do it.
And this has been something that both of you had to deal with for a long time, and it sounds like you're going to have to deal with it for the continued future. So good luck to you. Thanks for coming on the show. And I'm sorry we couldn't have better results for you.
Thank you, Steve.
Good luck to you, ma'am. I've had some notorious mothers on my stage, and Cindy is one of them. The way she treated her daughters, Maribel and Samantha, was horrific. The last time Cindy was here, she admitted to walking in on her ex sexually abusing a child. And what's even more shocking is that she dropped this sexual deviant off at his family's home, waited 6 hours, then decided to call the police. Not only did Maribel and Samantha confront their mother about this, they also believed that Cindy was using their personal information to commit identity and tax fraud. Take a look. Did your mom ever tell you any of this before about this sexual abuse?
No, I heard it from my grandmother.
What did she tell you?
She told me that my mom walked in on me and another child, and that it was happening to the other child, and she walked in and she walked out. She didn't do anything. She didn't call
So your mom
anyone.
walked in, and a guy that she had been with at the time,
An ex, yes.
an ex, was sexually abusing a child
Right.
in her house,
Right.
and you're there.
And me and my sister were both there on the couch playing around, just
Yeah.
playing while this
and
is happening.
she sees this guy abusing this young boy,
Right,
and she turned around and walked out.
right.
Did you confront your mother?
I did.
And what did she say?
She played the victim. She said none of it happened, that everyone's just lying on her, that CPS is lying on her.
She's really mad at you and your sister.
I know she
It's
is.
just that you're ungrateful.
But we're mad too, and we have every reason to be. And she's mad because she's getting exposed.
She's getting exposed. Did you see the CPS records?
Yes.
And what did they say?
When I aged out of foster care, I received this big binder, and it's so big because we were raised by foster homes. That's how big it is.
You and your sister were taken away.
When we were little, yes.
Yeah.
She never raised us, so for her to say we're disrespectful to her and that she would do anything for us, no, she didn't. She never took classes. She never cared to fill out paperwork that she needed to fill. She didn't do anything.
She didn't do anything to get you back.
She didn't do anything to get us back.
What did the paperwork say?
The paperwork stated that we were sexually assaulted, sexually abused, physically, mentally, sexually abused.
And they have a medical examination of you, and they found that you were invaded.
And it's all in paperwork, although it doesn't say no names, but it's all there, and it's lies. CPS is lying on her. Everyone's lying on her.
I'm told that she stole your identity.
Yes.
How did she do that?
That's the one she loves doing. She gets credit cards out in our name. There was an incident when I was about 8 months pregnant. Me and her were in the car, and she tells me she needs my face recognition on her phone. Now, I'm looking at the phone like, why do you need my face recognition for whatever you're doing on the phone? It says tax something on the top. So I make up some kind of excuse to go inside. I'm tired. It's late. So I'm tired. I go inside. But I just can't forget that how she just tried to rob me and my daughter of whatever she was trying to do.
She tried to use your ID for taxes.
Right. And she put my daughter on that information.
If the show doesn't go the way your mom wants, she's going to call CPS on you and your child.
Right. I received a message that if the show doesn't go in her favor, that she was going to call CPS on me and she was going to expose me.
For what?
I don't know what she has to expose, but I'm a good mom.
Let's meet your mother, Cindy.
You're full of
No,
everything you say is a lie because I haven't even texted you anything about this show. I haven't texted you anything about it.
And that's not you're worrying about that, but that's not the bigger problem. The bigger problem is molestation. The bigger problem is the fraud. You're worrying about one little piece of the show. The bigger problem, what about the molestation?
I didn't know anything about it.
As soon as
But
I
you
found
waited
out, I
six.
called the
You
cops.
waited 6 hours. 6 hours,
Yes,
and you
because I didn't want
you
CPS to
called
take
grandma.
me
You didn't
away.
call the cops. You called
Yes, I
grandma.
called grandma
no,
crying.
no. Don't act like you was just trying to protect me. You protected yourself and you protected him. That's what you did. Oh, that's why you can't think of. That's why you can't think of anything else to say. All you're saying is the same thing. She acts
I'm
like
the
it.
victim too.
She
You're the
acts like
victim.
it.
Yeah.
She acts
I'm
like
not
it.
saying that only you're the victim.
Okay.
I'm the victim too. I walked in.
How are you the victim?
I walked in on my ex.
Doing what?
Sexually abusing another child. Another child. Not Maribel, not Samantha.
Right,
another child.
Yeah. And what did you do?
I took him to his mom's house because I wanted away from
No. When you saw it happening, you saw it with your own eyes. What did you do?
I yelled. I was bitching. I didn't know what to do.
Oh, you were bitching.
I yelled. I didn't know what to do. The kids were right there.
So what did you do?
I took him away from the kids. I took him away. I didn't want him around my kids.
Did you take him away or did you walk out?
No, I didn't walk out. I didn't walk out.
Why did your mother say that you just turned around and
My mom
walked
has
out?
always tried to put my kids against me, and it works. It works.
She didn't want you to be close to your
She
kids.
didn't want me to be close to
Why?
my kids. She didn't want me to have anything to do with my kids.
Why? Why would your mom
Because
lie?
my mom has always hated me. My mom has always hated me.
Why?
She's always hated me.
You're always a victim.
She had a child and she said, I'm going to hate this child.
Well, she did.
So then you walked in, you took your ex out of the room.
I took him away from
The kids.
Yes, but I called the cops that night.
When? How long after the incident?
6 hours.
Why'd you wait 6 hours?
Because I didn't know what to do. Because I didn't
You
want
didn't know
CPS.
what to do?
I didn't want CPS.
How did you know to call the cops?
I called my mom crying and I
she
told her
you.
what happened.
So your mom said, call the police.
Yes.
So
you
needed your mother
I
who
needed
hates
my
you.
mom to come to.
You needed your mom who hates you to tell you, hey, just got sexually assaulted. You better call the cops.
I wanted my
You
mom
have no mother
to come to
instincts.
San Antonio.
You have no mother instinct.
And you do?
I
You
do.
do.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do because
No, you
I will
don't.
never put my daughter through what you put me through.
Let's bring your daughter, your sister, Samantha up. How's your mom treated you?
You treated me like garbage. You treated me like I was nothing. You abused us. You threw stuff at us. All we ever wanted was for you to love us. You were supposed to be our mother. You didn't take care of us. You're not our mother. Yes, you gave birth to us, but you are not our mother. A mother would not do this to us.
Okay. Not saying anymore.
You were supposed to love us.
Okay.
Now, did your mom ask you to communicate with the sexual
Yes.
abuser?
Yes.
She says she didn't tell you to do that. That you
It was
wanted.
my birthday, and after we had went out to eat, it was a visit because we were still in CPS. After we had went out to eat, she had the phone. She handed it to me and she said, "Talk." I didn't know who was on the phone. I didn't know who it was. So I started talking to this man who was still in prison at the time. But still, why would you get me to talk to someone? You walked in molesting a kid. A kid!
If she
fails, that gives either way,
it's a done deal. Either way.
Either way, whether I'm
Because
saying the truth or not. So I don't want to
You're
know
not
anything.
saying the truth. You're running again.
You're running away. It's like you don't know how to. Come on.
I'm glad I'm wearing my Fitbit today.
Why are you running away, huh?
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
You
Is it
knew
because
what
you
we
know
were
you're
coming
wrong?
for. You knew
know
what we were
you're
coming-
wrong? That's what it is, right? You know you're wrong, right? You know you're wrong. And you know why are you running away? Is it because you can't? Oh, I'm about to drag her back. Drag me back! Drag me back!
All right, listen, we're going to go out on stage. We're going to read the results, and we're going to get to the bottom of this, okay?
Come on.
Okay. All right, listen. Very, very confrontational. I mean, on some level, you can understand.
You don't know. It's worse when you're not around.
But you know what?
It's worse. They've gang up on me. They've beat me up.
How old are you? How old are you?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, but my point is you're a grown woman, right?
I just wanted them. I want them away from me. I want them out of my face.
They're over there.
I want them out of my face.
Okay, they're not in your face.
They are in my face. They're right there. They're in my face.
They're your daughters.
I don't care. I'm done with them. I'm done.
We're going to read the results, and then you're going to go on your way. I have 2 children, and if they didn't want anything to do with me, if they all hated me, and if my own parents hated me, I would have to say,
get them away from me,
I'd have
please,
to say,
Steve.
you know what, Steve?
Get them away from me.
Maybe you're the problem. And the saddest thing in my life would be is if my kids hated me.
How can you see that they're not
But
the problem?
I wouldn't blame my kids for hating me. I'd have to say, I did something wrong. So we asked you, did you have knowledge that Maribel was being sexually abused by your ex prior to contacting the police? Did you ever observe your ex sexually abuse Maribel? Did you ever have knowledge that Samantha was being sexually abused by your ex prior to contacting the police? Did you ever observe your ex sexually abuse Samantha? You answered no. And we didn't get results. We got inconclusive results because you were purposefully being non-cooperative.
I did the lie detector test.
You didn't do it. You
I
don't
did
do
it.
Listen, I've done almost 3,000 shows now. We do this lie
I've
detector all the
done
time.
I've done the test.
You wouldn't answer. You talked. You were moving around. You did not want to answer. You did not want to cooperate with the lie detector test. So unfortunately, we couldn't get a conclusive result because she took steps to evade answering the question.
You said you were going to take the lie detector test. You said you were going to do it for us.
She knew.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Okay.
You're a disrespectful little bitch.
Listen.
That's what you are.
Listen.
Disrespectful little bitch. Ever since you can talk.
Okay.
Ever since Maribel can talk, both of you are disrespectful.
We asked you, have you ever obtained a credit card in Maribel's name? You answered no. Have you ever used Maribel's name for any utility bill? You answered no. Have you ever used Maribel's name for the purpose of committing tax fraud? You answered no. Have you ever used Maribel's name for the purpose of committing fraud? You answered no. Have you ever obtained a credit card in Samantha's name? She answered no. Have you ever used Samantha's name for the purpose of committing fraud? She answered no, and it came back that Cindy did not tell the truth. Okay. So she's stealing from both of you. She used fraud on both of you.
But the first one came inconclusive, but this one came out lying.
Do I have to explain it to you again,
Lying
genius?
all the time.
Sorry.
You're not running anymore.
Okay.
You ruined our lives, and you keep on. You keep on doing it.
At you.
Okay.
But I'm your
little bitch.
But I'm your favorite.
Yes, you're
crazy.
And I regret having you. I regret having you. I don't want anything to do with you.
Because every time we try to rekindle our relationship, you just up. All you know how to everything up and play the victim.
You're crazy.
I want to tell you something.
No, I don't want anything to do with
I'm
them.
going to say something
I'm
to you,
so
and then
happy.
you can go, okay?
Because you know what?
I want to say
We do
something to you,
everything for
and then you can go.
We do everything for
I
your
want to
daughter,
tell you,
so
you're
it's
my
okay.
favorite.
Because they're not going to take her away.
You're my favorite. You're my favorite mother. Just like Maribel's your favorite, you are mothers I've ever had on my show. And you can take your ass and get the hell out of my studio. We don't want mothers and children not to be together, but I can honestly say, you are way better off with her out without, not in your life.
We just came to get the closure we needed.
You know the truth now, and I hope that you can find, you know, love and comfort in each other and the rest of your siblings, and you just cut her out of your life.
Right.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
She's
I'm
your
a huge
biggest
fan.
fan.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on. Did Sydney learn her lesson and beg her daughters for forgiveness? Not even close. Watch this.
She's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
she's crazy. That's all I have to say. She's
you know,
crazy.
the last time your mother was here, and I said it, you know, we've been doing this show for 18 years. She'd be in the top 3 worst mothers of all time.
Right.
You know, and that's saying quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't understand, why is she so angry at you?
I believe that it's spite from the last show. I believe that she's angry with herself, and she's taking it out on me because she has no one else in her life. No one else talks to her, you know, and she's taking it out on me and my family. This is last straw.
What happened after the show when you were here?
I took your advice. I stopped talking to her, completely cut her out of my life. Around Christmas time, Dominic's grandma did pass away. She was like his mom. She raised him. So seeing him go through that took a toll on us. Well, fast forward, the next month, January, was my birthday. She showed up at my door. I had no contact with her. I didn't know she was going to show up. She showed up at my door. She showed up with gifts, not only for me, but for my daughter, and some food. And I accepted. I was like, thank you, because, you know, his grandma did pass our support system. So I said, thank you. Will I ever trust her? No. But I did, you know, accept it. And
did you kind of start establishing a relationship again at that point?
I wouldn't say a relationship. I would say talking, you know, not a relationship. I wouldn't say I was close to her.
No,
again.
but you're talking with her, right?
Right.
And how is
cordial.
that to have her back and at least talking with your mom?
It was difficult because, you know, me and my fiance, we were arguing a lot because of it.
Yeah.
You know, just because, like, you know, what she's doing, you know, how she is.
Well, the way she talked to you in that show,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
she's despicable. Yeah. And then, you know, stealing from you, the whole molestation thing. She's just like such a terrible mom, but she wants to blame her kids and everybody else.
She wants to blame everyone else but herself.
Yeah.
And she needs to look within herself. She's a problem.
Tell me about your fiance.
He's a great dad. He loves his daughter.
I think she's laughing backstage.
It's funny to her. It's funny to her. And, you know, she's going to make a fool out of herself, and I just can't wait for her to do it.
What happened last Monday?
Last Monday, we were at her house. We were moving furniture. I don't remember why we got in an argument, and we just did. And you know, she told a guy that she liked, not even her boyfriend, a guy that she liked, to take me and my fiance home. 5 minutes later, he gets a text message, "You're sleeping with my daughter." And then, you know, fast forward, the night comes, she texts me that, the first message. I ignored it. She texted me the second message, and that's when it went more into detail of what she said.
And this is, she's sending you, like
right.
I saw.
That was the first message that I ignored.
And that's saying your fiance is molesting your child.
Right.
But then on the tape, she admitted she was lying.
Right, so...
What she's alleging that Dominic was naked below the waist in front of the baby?
Well, first she says that she's seen him molesting her.
Yeah.
Her second story was he was completely naked. Now she's saying he's naked from the waist down? What's up with all the lies? There's 3 different stories.
What is she accusing you of?
She's accusing me of allowing it to happen. Because I was, in the message it says, oh, you're sleeping next to them, you're allowing it to happen.
What about your mother's doing meth?
Right, crazy.
She's doing meth in front of your 1-year-old?
It's crazy. And then she says that I know that, you see, again with the lies, I'm allowing.
You're allowing her to do meth.
I'm allowing, again with the lies.
Yeah. Well, let's bring your mom out, Cindy.
Because you stole my truck. Because you stole my truck.
Who cares about the truck? Who cares about the truck? You're making lies about my family. You're different stories.
What happened?
If you said you seen
I admit it.
Why did you wake me up? Why did you wake me up? You said you
Because
seen
you
it.
were gonna about it anyways. You
Why
don't
did- You didn't wake me up. You didn't wake me up. This is my family.
Yeah, babies, your family, Dominic ain't worth the.
You're not worth nothing. You're evil. You're
evil, bitch. You're evil.
You have big
You're
cojones
evil.
for coming back. You
You're
have big
evil.
cojones.
You're evil.
You have big cojones.
You're evil.
Okay. Okay.
I was saying the last time you were here, in the beginning of the show, you were saying that she's your favorite.
Yeah, she's always been my favorite.
I'm your favorite, but you do
Yeah,
this to my
you
family.
that's what you want.
You destroyed me like this? You trying to take away my daughter?
It was her birthday, but I was thinking about my grandbaby. So yes, I did buy her a box of Pampers, wipes, clothes, food, and I took it to her. Not to kiss her ass, but because I was thinking about my baby, about
Not your
my
baby.
grandbaby.
Not your baby.
My
If she
grandbaby,
was
my
your grandbaby,
grandbaby.
you would have never put us and her in
No,
this
you the one that
situation.
put us here.
You put us here.
You put us here,
with your
bitch.
lies.
Okay, but you.
You can call me all you want. You
Okay.
can call me.
But you said you make this claim that her fiance.
No, I admit it. I admit it to G. I admit
But
it.
why would you make? You're a mom. Why would you make up a story of her fiance?
Because she pissed
molesting-
me off because she stole my
Oh,
truck
wow.
and she tried
Who
to get
gives
my
a damn
ass.
about the truck?
I do.
Who gives a damn
I
about the truck? This is my family. My family.
So they didn't respond to it, and then you say Dominic was naked with the baby.
Yeah,
Right.
he was naked next to
And
her.
now, was that true?
Pants down.
Was that true,
and-
or are you making that up?
No, it wasn't sexual. He was asleep. She
But
was
first
asleep
it was
next
sexual.
to him.
But first it was sexual. What is it?
I admit
What is
it.
it?
I admit it.
I don't give a damn what you admitted.
I don't give a either.
Are you okay having this type of relationship with your daughter? You're on national TV. You're calling her a bitch.
Because she is. She
Okay.
is. You
But
just
this
don't
is-
even know. She is. She faked right. The last show,
Did
she
I-
was faking.
Okay.
You come on. I know you seen it.
Instead of pointing the finger at everybody, you got to examine your own life, right? You don't have a relationship with your daughters. You come here and you call them the most vile names. You stole from them. You're making false accusations. You've gone to prison because of the decisions you made in your past. Do you ever wake up and say, I need to change my life?
Yeah, I'm better without them. I am so much better without them. I am.
But you showed up at my door.
Isn't that the saddest thing? You have
Not
children?
to kiss your ass.
Okay.
Not to kiss your
Should have
ass.
never showed up.
Hold on. But, I mean, isn't that such a sad state that you're in, that you have children and you think that you're better off without them?
I am better off
Then
without them.
if you were better off without them, why are you going over on her birthday
Because-
giving her stuff?
because I went for the baby.
But you have to be, you seeing her. If you don't want her in your life, stay away from her.
But I did it for the baby.
You smoking meth in front of the baby.
She knows what I do.
No,
She knows.
no.
You know what I do.
No,
you
no,
know
no,
Dominic
no.
knows what I do.
Okay,
Come on.
okay. You lie all the time. You're evil.
But
You're
why?
evil.
You know what I
don't
do.
want you in my life no more. You're evil.
You
I don't want you in my life.
Why do you do that, though? Like, forget what she knows.
She's in my house.
You're
I
50
tell her to get out of my room. She don't get out of my room.
So you can smoke meth.
What I do is my business.
And
What
my
I do
business
is my
because you're doing it in
business.
front of my daughter. So then it becomes my business.
You know because you're in the room too.
No.
You're in the room
Okay.
too.
What? Why are you getting close for?
You're in
What?
the room too.
I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna fight you.
God,
got
not
you.
here.
God
Not here.
don't like
But
ugly.
you hit me
Hold
when
on.
we were at my house.
God don't like
Okay.
ugly.
Okay.
And you're ugly. You're ugly all the way around. You might be pretty in the face and everything, but your inside
Okay.
is ugly.
Dominic, your fiance, he couldn't be here in
Fiance,
person.
he's he ain't no fiance.
He's joining us. Okay. Hey,
He
Dominic.
can't even do her.
How you doing, Dominic?
I'm doing great.
This is a potential mother-in-law for you.
She's not considered no mother-in-law.
Yeah. What?
That's not what you told me 2 weeks ago.
Woman,
when
you're
you were
pathetic.
staying with me.
Let him talk. You
You're
did enough
pathetic.
talking.
You're
Go
pathetic.
ahead.
You're
Bitch, please.
What do you want to
You're
say to her? What do you want to say to her, to Cindy?
You're wrong for making false accusations on me, knowing damn well I would never hurt my daughter in that way. You're wrong for every decision you made to get your daughter and your other kids into CPS because you're not a mom. You're not a mom. You're not a grandma. You're nothing. You shouldn't even be a
You
part
ain't
of.
nothing. You left the baby without milk, without Pampers, bitch.
Dominic, did you know that she was smoking meth in front of your daughter?
He does it too.
She's coming back.
Pathetic.
I love
Pathetic.
it.
Why don't you come next time?
Okay.
You come next time. Come next time and take a lie detector test on what you do in front of the baby.
Okay.
What does she? Okay, hold on. What does he do in front of the baby?
Not a damn thing.
He smokes with me. He buys for me. He smokes with me all the time.
Okay.
Woman, you're making a lot.
Is that true?
You need to
Okay.
You need to You need to
Okay. Is that true? Do you smoke?
You're such a liar.
Do you?
You're such a liar.
Would you please be
I'm on
quiet?
probation for 10 years, woman.
Do you?
I can't.
Okay, I'll call your probation officer to
Do you-
humiliate you.
Do you? Hold on.
I'll do it.
Let me,
Because
hey,
it's true.
Dominic, just let me ask you. Do you smoke meth with her?
No.
Do you go buy it for her?
Oh my God.
No.
He's such a liar. He's such a liar.
Okay. Yeah, let her go. She wants to go. She'll be back.
I love it.
All right. So you said the reason why you can't be here is you're on probation. You've been on probation for 10 years, right?
Well, for a year, yes, I've been on probation, but I have 10 years that I'm doing.
Right, but I'm saying when you're on probation, you got to take drug tests and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you fail a drug test, they could throw you back in prison.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be pretty dumb on your part to do that, and
Right.
especially with Cindy because she'll drop a dime on anybody.
Anything.
We know the truth. I love you.
All right, Maribel, you came and took a lie detector test. Dominic couldn't be here, so we gave you a test about the molestation. And we asked you, do you have any knowledge that Dominic has molested your daughter? You answered no. Did you witness Dominic ever sexually abuse your daughter? You answered no. On the day in question, did you witness your child's father laying in bed next to your child with no underwear or pants on? You answered no. Your results came back all the same, and it came back that Maribel told the truth.
No, I can't breathe no more.
I just want to say this. When I do this show, I really do feel better about my own life sometimes. Only because I was fortunate, my mother's still alive, and she was a wonderful mother my whole life, there for me. I would do something bad, she'd stick up for me. You know what I mean? Like, she would always have my back. She never called me a name, never stole from me. And I think probably 99% of the people in here would say that about their own mother. Like, that's not unusual what I'm saying about my mother. You all probably have mothers, most of you, like me. And you got this. Like,
Crazy, right?
It's unbelievable.
Had to deal with it my whole life.
Okay, so one, she already admits that she lied about Dominic with the sexual molestation. She admits to smoking meth in front of your child. Like, what moron does that?
This is it.
Yeah. So anyways, she came here. We tried to give her a lie detector test, but she's untestable due to all her admitted recent meth use. So if you're doing meth, we can't test you. She admits that she does meth, so is it, a reach to think that everything that she would be tested on, that she would fail? I would assume so. But I'm afraid if you ever open the door and keep letting her in, this is going to damage this relationship. It's going to damage the relationship that you have with your sister, with your children. You can hear her screaming from back here.
Right.
That's super toxic.
Crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy.
loony.
And you need to stay away from it, and I hope you do.
I am.
Thanks for coming
Thank
on.
you, Steve.
Good luck to you. Good luck this week.
I love you, honey. I'll see you at home.
Elizay, were you involved with Alexis's disappearance whatsoever?
No, sir, not in any way.
How did you meet Alexis?
So there is a Chinese restaurant where I'm from in South Carolina, and everybody adores it. It's top of the line. You got to try it. And I was walking out one day, and I seen her sitting in her car. She was parked right beside mine, and I was fangirling so bad because she's so pretty. Like, she's stunning, seriously. And everybody where I'm from, they know her, they love her. Like, she's just a great person. So I'm walking to my car, and I'm like, "You are so beautiful." And she was like, "You too." And we just hit it off. We exchanged numbers. Maybe like 2 weeks after we exchanged numbers, we had been texting over the time. She invited me over. We sat down. We were both into like kind of the same things. Like I do have, at the time I had an OnlyFans. And you haven't posted the pictures of her yet, but she is a very sexy, very beautiful woman. And so she was into the same line of work. She's a tad bit older than me. And so she was more of a mentor trying to like coach me on what to do, what not to do, the right way to go about things, what's too much and what's not enough. And that's how we met. Everything was great. I would go to her house because I also, do home health care. So I would go to her house after I left my patients' houses because it was on my way home. I would chill. We would smoke, just girl stuff, watch Steve Wilkos.
There you go.
And so we became very, very close. She was like a big sister to me. So fast forward, one Saturday she calls me and she was like, "Hey, I want to give you all of my belongings." And that included her car, the keys to her apartment, and she said, "You can have everything in it. The stuff that you don't want, you can just sell it." And I'm an emotional creature, so I'm crying and I'm like, "Why are you doing this?" And she's like, "I want a fresh start." She's like, "I love you, and if I can do anything to make your life better, that's what I'm supposed to do as your mentor." And I thanked her, and we pretty much finished up that conversation.
Did you say where you going?
She didn't say, and I didn't ask too many questions. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was in shock, and I just was like.
Yeah, but and listen, everybody reacts to things differently. But like, say, if I have a close friend, and he says, "Hey, Steve, you can have everything of mine," I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And if he says, "Hey, I'm gonna leave," or "I'm not gonna be here anymore," I'd be like, "Hey, man, tell me where you're going."
Right.
And when somebody says they're giving their stuff away, to me, and I'm a lot older than you.
I got you.
Okay. To me, that's a warning sign, like somebody wants to do self-harm.
She wanted me to come to this address whether I talked to her or not, her words verbatim. And she said that she was going to leave her car there with the keys inside of the car to her apartment and her car. She was going to leave some money. So that following Sunday, she calls me again, and she was like, "Hey, my Ring camera keeps going off. Do you mind driving to my house and seeing if I have packages, that I can't see?" So I told her yes. I got up. I drove to her house. I didn't see any packages, but I am a over goofy person. I cannot help it. And so when I get in front of her Ring camera, I'm like getting down, because she can see me on the camera. I turn around to, shake a tail feather, and the neighbors directly across from her have a Ring camera. So I'm like, they're recording me too.
Yeah.
So I just wave at the camera and I walk off. I shoot her a text like, "I was dancing in front of your Ring camera and your neighbors have one," or whatever. And she ha-ha'd my message. I let her know there were no packages there. And the last message that I ever got from her was her laughing at the text message that I sent her, and I did not hear from her.
Did she ever tell you that she was scared?
No. I mean, no. I feel bad.
Something about a black truck following her?
No, and I feel bad because I feel like I should have paid attention more, but it's like, how do you don't feel the guilt until after.
Yeah, but I don't think most people go through life saying, "Oh, I'm never going to see this person again." You know what I mean?
Right, so it's like you don't feel it until after.
So she tells you about the car, she's giving you things, but she ended up didn't give you the car, right? Like, because she took her car and they found it.
Well, Well, Steve, you gotta let me tell the story.
Okay, I'm still learning it myself.
You're fine.
So,
You're
yeah.
fine. After I left her home and I drove back home, everything was fine. I didn't hear from her anymore. So I did text her Monday. I didn't get a response. Tuesday morning, I shot her a text like, "Hey, haven't heard from you. Just trying to figure out if I should still drive up or whatever." She didn't respond. But then I'm like, she did say if I don't talk to her, still, make this drive. It was a good hour away. So I get on the road, me and my friends there. We are having fun. The energy is high. We are high. It was just a really good time. We had fun. So we drive up there. We're like 10 minutes away from the destination that she gave. And my friend, she turns the radio down and she's like, "Have you seen this?" And it is a missing persons flyer on Facebook of Alexis. I call the number on the missing persons flyer, and it is a family member of Alexis. And she's like, "When is the last time that you spoke to her?" And I was like, "Sunday, And she's like, "Well, that's the last time that anybody really spoke to her." She was like, "What time?" So she could get, a time frame. I let her know, and then I told her, like, "Alexis sent me this address. I'm worried right now because everything's going through my mind. Like, if she's missing, what if somebody took her and then they told her to call and bring more girls?" Or, I was
You're thinking maybe you might be in trouble.
I thought it was a 3-for-1 special. I was lost. I was terrified. I didn't know what was going on. And so she was like, "Well, what is the address?" And I told her, and she said, "That's her mom's house. Go ahead and go." So I get there. Her mom is standing outside, and she looks at me, and she's like, "You're Alizé?" And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." And she was like, I was beside Lex when she was telling you to come up here and get her stuff." So that's how she knew who I was. And we pretty much sat there and cried together for a second. She updated me on Alexis' last whereabouts. And allegedly, Alexis met her son's father at a store to swap the kids, and allegedly she sped
she has
around
children.
him. She has 2 beautiful children.
So
Yes.
why would a mom just abandon everything?
It doesn't make sense.
Do you have any idea what happened to her?
I have no idea. I wish I knew.
Yeah. It's been 3 years.
It's been a long time.
I mean, that's terrible. And I feel bad for Alberta. This is her daughter. It's one thing to lose a child, but it's one thing not to know whatever happened to your child.
And I don't blame Miss Alberta for going, like, if she chose to never talk to me, I understand, because I have a 5-year-old. If anything ever happened to my son, everybody is a suspect.
But the worst is
so I get
not
it.
know, like, if your son just disappeared one day, like, it'd be hard to accept that your child died, murdered, killed,
Correct.
accidental, purposely. But just vanishing off the face of the earth has got to be the worst hell on earth.
Yeah.
Knowing your child might be out there, you don't know if they're dead, they're alive, that's the worst thing. All right, but you came here because you want to prove to Alberta and other people you had nothing to do
Yes, sir.
with Alexis's death. Well, let's meet Alexis's mother, Alberta.
Give me some love. Get out there, you go, baby, cry. Okay.
First of all, I'm so sorry for you to be in a position you are, because I've said it on my show a million times. I think the worst thing that can happen to a parent is losing a child. This is even worse, in my opinion. You don't know what happened to your child. There's, if you knew she was dead, you can mourn her death.
Right.
But not, and you don't have any idea, right?
None. None at all.
Do you have any thoughts, or, do you have any suspicions?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And obviously you must have shared these with the police?
Yes.
Do the police have any leads, or are they looking at anybody?
In the beginning, they didn't take her disappearance serious.
Yeah. A lot of times time has to pass before they, but sometimes you need to jump right in, because the more time passes, the less likely you're going to find it.
Right. I had to put on my PI hat for my child.
Yeah. So nothing, you've heard nothing in 3 years then?
Nothing.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a question, and if you don't want to answer it, it's fine. How do you get through every day?
The kids. They keep me going.
Yeah. Well, then you got something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any way that your daughter would leave her children?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
She would never.
How are kids doing?
Right now, they are coping. They're doing great. You know, her daughter, even though she's being bullied and picked on every day.
But why are kids picking on her? Because her mom is gone?
They like to throw that up in her face.
I mean, kids are mean. I mean, it's always been that way and it'll always be that way. Again, I pray for you that someday you get some resolution. Hopefully the best would be if she's still alive and she comes home, or at least, the very least, you find out what happened to her so you can, you know, have some closure in your life. Alizé's here because she's been, a lot of people saying, hey, you killed her for money, you were sleeping with her ex. Do you believe any of this?
I don't even think she knew him. Like,
No.
she never met him.
Right. All right, but she wanted to come here and clear her name, and so we're going to read her lie detector test. Your daughter dropped off the kids with the father, right?
He is one of them.
One of them.
Yes.
And he was a person of interest, but my wife just told me that he was just cleared. Okay. And I'll say this. If there's anything we could ever do in the future, somebody be willing to come on and take a lie detector test that maybe you thought that might have some information on your daughter, we'd love to be able to do that for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Alizé, you came here and took a lie detector test. And we asked you, do you know for certain where Alexis is today? You answered no. Are you withholding any information from law enforcement about Alexis's disappearance that could lead to her being found? You answered no. Are you withholding any information from Alexis's family about her disappearance that could lead to her being found? You answered no. Did you have any involvement with Alexis's disappearance? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Alizé told the truth.
I'm shaking. I'm sorry. Oh, I needed that. I needed that. I just needed it to be said out loud. I needed that.
We're going to, at the end of this story, we're going to record a call to action with the number if anybody has any information. Do you believe that your daughter is still alive?
No.
No.
As much as I would love that.
Yeah,
No.
I'd have to agree with you. I mean, just from my experience working as a policeman, usually after this much time. But again, I would hope that somebody would speak up, at least know where she's at so you can recover the body if that's the case and have closure and move on and be there for her kids. We hope this helps, and like I said, we're here. If there's anybody in the future that we can help and give a test to, we'd more than likely. We wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out. Very nice meeting you. Very nice meeting you. Glad you came. If anyone has any information pertaining to Alexis Ware's disappearance, the best way to provide that information would be to call the sheriff's main line at 864-260-4400 or submit a tip to Anderson Area Crime Stoppers at 1-866-917-TIPS. Sometimes the best of friends can become the worst of enemies. And today I'm looking back on some memorable best friend betrayals. That was the case with TJ and Brandon. They were childhood best friends, but both slept with the same girl, Amber. Amber admitted to cheating on TJ with Brandon, and she was here to find out which of them was the father of her baby. Take a look.
I've been with my girl for about 2 years now, almost 2 years, and just recently we had a kid together back in October. And I was excited because, I mean, I was scared, believe me, I was scared, but...
Well, because you're very young, right?
Yeah, I'm 19, but when my son got in my arms, I was so happy. I knew that I was meant to be the father for the rest of his life. And I just want to do all the things that daddies do with their kids, you know? Just take him out, dress him up, put him in fresh shoes. I want him to be fly like his daddy. Well, she looked at me and said, "How much do you love me?" I said, "What do you mean? I love him no matter what, unconditionally. You know what I mean? He's my son." Well, she goes, "Well, I don't want you to ever hate me or leave me, but I want to make sure you love him." And I was like, "Well, of course." She goes, "Well, there's a chance that he might not be yours because I did cheat on you." And
this is a girl that you've been with for 2 years?
About 2 years now, yeah.
And so you're 19 years old, young girl,
Yeah.
You're totally in love with her. She gets pregnant, you're nervous, you have a
Yeah.
son, and then she says...
She said there's a possibility it's probably her other baby's father, who she already had a daughter with.
So she had a child before?
Yes.
And so this is the guy that she slept with?
Yes.
That now he could turn out, maybe he's the father of the child that you think is your son.
Yeah.
Let's bring him out. Brandon.
No.
How could you? Let me tell you something, dog. Man, you won't whip behind my back, dog. Man, you won't whip behind my back.
Friends, man.
Hey, man, you won't whip behind my back, dog. Nah, man.
Why don't you tell me what's going on?
TJ, man, me and him were real good friends. Yeah, we were real tight. We grew up since we were about this high, man. All the time, man. We chilled, rode bikes, chilled all the time, went to school, helped each other with homework, everything, played football together, and everything. And this man, he just steps on my toes. Go with my baby's mom and everything.
Were you like you had a child with Amber, right?
Yes.
Were you still dating her? Were you still with her when he started sleeping with her?
We were split up for maybe about 3 or 4 weeks. If
You
that.
were split up 3 or 4 weeks.
She told me that she was a little longer.
And did you still have feelings for her?
Yeah.
And you
This
wanted...
is my baby's mom, man.
And so you said what? We're gonna take a little break.
No, man, she just pretty much just told me to get out. Pretty much, because I was on drugs pretty bad and everything, and I was trying to make my life better. I'm trying to better for myself, but now I'm actually, I'm
you off
clean
drugs
and
now?
everything. No, I'm clean.
I'll ask you first. Is Amber a good mother?
Yeah, she's a great mother.
Is she a good mother?
Yes.
And she's only 17 years old. Let's bring out Amber.
Tell me you don't trust me with money when you're the one out there snorting cocaine, spending all your money on cocaine?
At least she's there every night, puts him to bed when she's crying, when she's sick. She's just at the hospital for
whenever
hours.
I try to call, whatever, a lot of times they don't even pick up the phone, and whenever I try to go to visit, they don't let me come over, so it don't hurt your feelings.
No, that is not even, he does not have nothing to do.
Because we
See, your kids, we have gave you many opportunities to see your kids take care of them. You don't want nothing to, whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Amber, I'm going to ask both guys to leave the stage so I can talk to Amber. So you tell me, what do you want?
I want TJ to be the father.
You want TJ to be the father, and you want to be with TJ?
Yes.
And your feelings towards Brandon?
None. I hate him. I can't stand him.
Well, you don't hate him that much if you're sleeping with him.
It was a one-time thing, and it will never happen again.
Well, it wasn't a one-time thing. And your mom's name is?
Faith.
Let's bring her out.
You've been there for my granddaughter?
Yeah.
No, you have not, Brandon.
Yes, I have.
I've been the sole provider
I have.
for that girl.
I
I have been the sole provider, and I will continue to do the same.
I have, Faith.
When, Brandon?
I have. I've been trying as hard as I can. Whenever I try to call y'all, most of the time
Brandon,
ignore my
I
calls.
took you in. I had to be apparent to you because all you wanted to do was smoke the crack, Brandon.
No. Before we get to these DNA results, Mom,
Oh, my God, please let me teach me.
is there any possibility that someone else could be the father of your child?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
For real. For real.
Both of you took DNA tests.
Oh, God, please.
And TJ,
You are the father.
you are not the father.
God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Go hug him. God.
TJ is not the biological father of this child. You might be. You have one child already with Amber, but you may or may not be the father of this child. And if you could pick the results of this DNA test, what would you pick?
I wish that I could be the father.
You want to be the
Yes.
father.
Oh, God.
You
I'm
hope.
I'm better in my life now. I'm starting to try to be in life a lot more than what I was.
And you are hoping.
The drugs was what
you
was
are
taking over
hoping
my life.
that you're the father of this little boy.
Yes.
Maybe on that paper, but you'll never be his daddy. Here's his daddy.
And the results for your DNA test is that Brandon, you are the father.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
You have a little girl and a little boy. And I hope that you do the right thing and at least support your children. You, my friend, can get off my stage. I hope that you come in and really be a force in your daughter's life now.
Yes, sir.
Because she's 17 years old, young mother. It's got to be very difficult being 17, raising 2 children. I can't imagine how difficult it is. But I know you care about your daughter, and you're going to be a good mother, right?
Yes.
You're going to do everything you can for those children.
Yes.
Thank you for being on the show. I hope this has helped you a little bit clear the paternity of your son.
Thank you.
And this helps you in some way. Thank you for being on the show.
It don't even matter because.
Well, I want to talk to you alone, young man, so I'm going to ask you two to leave the stage.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to do a show where I finally have a young man that gets it. A young man that understands it's about taking care of the children. And I know it's not the outcome that you were hoping for.
Not at all. Not at all.
And you got some tough news today. But the thing is, it's not who gave the seed, right? It's who's there for the children.
That's what I was saying. I mean, talk is cheap. And he says all this, he says all that. I seen what he's did with his daughter. He should be thanking me for doing what I did for his daughter, because I'm there for his daughter. So, like I said, he can talk all he wants. I know what's gonna happen. He's not gonna be there.
Daddy's the guy that's there. Daddy's not the guy that's snorting cocaine and running around and do whatever he's doing. That's not Daddy.
Yeah, it might be his biological father, but like you said, it's not his father, it's not his daddy.
Who are you?
I'm his daddy.
There you go.
Thank you.
Justine was sure that the father of her child, Dorian, was having an affair with his best friend, Anaya. And when the women confronted each other, tempers ran hot. Watch how this best friend betrayal turned out.
Dorian and I have been together for 2 years now, and we have a son together. I think Dorian is cheating on me with his friend, Anaya. He's telling me he's going to go play basketball, but then again, he's going to hang out with her. When I confront him, it's, oh, we're just friends, we're just hanging out, and I brung her to meet my son. Why are you bringing her to meet my son if you're not doing anything? I think he's cheating on me because a relative told me that he brings Anaya to his house when I'm at work. Not too long ago, we went to the mall, and me and him was walking, and I seen her, and she put her head down, and he act like he never seen her a day in his life. Why couldn't you say hi then? Anaya told him that I cheated during our relationship, but Dorian knew it was a lie because I was pregnant, home all the time, my feet were swollen, it was summertime, I was not going outside. I tried confronting Anaya, but she acts guilty and hangs up the phone on me. She's disrespecting me, she's disrespecting my son, and she's disrespecting my family, and I don't appreciate it. I would like for Dorian to just cut her off. What is it with her? Why do you have to still keep constantly talking to her? I deserve Dorian to grow up, be a man, take care of his son, stop hanging out with this girl, and be a better father.
I've never cheated on her. You know, Anaya and I are just friends. I've never cheated on her while we were together. When we were broken up, I've been loyal the whole time. You know, she just needs to grow up and just start trusting me.
Anaya's your best friend. How long have you been friends with Anaya?
Since like middle school, like 7th grade.
So like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And you've never had any sexual connection with her?
No, not at all.
So why does Justine think you're cheating on her?
Because basically like a few weeks ago, I talked to Anaya on the phone and she was saying she was going to go to a school or something to get some transcripts or whatever. And I was like, I'm not doing anything. I can pick you up to take you to the school. That's what happened. Then she came to my house and then...
Anaya came back to your house?
Yeah, she came to my house and met my son and everything. And that was it. And then I took her home because...
But Justine wasn't
Justine,
home
yeah,
when
Justine
you brought
wasn't
home
there.
Anaya?
No.
And then Justine found out about it and was mad?
Yeah. And I dropped Anaya back off because she was meeting up with a friend to go work out. And I called her later that day, and she was like, I'm about to hop in the shower or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I texted her and was like, when you get out the shower, call me. Justine seen the text message and immediately was like, oh, you must have been having sex with her because who else, you know, why are you telling her take a shower and all this and that? And I was like, no, it's none of that. Like, we've never done anything, just strictly friends.
And then how, with all Justine's accusations, how's the friendship with you and Anaya? How does it affect you guys?
It's like, we talk like every now and then because just Justine's like, oh, you must want her, so go talk to her. You want to be with her, but that's not the case at all.
You're not sleeping with her as much then?
No, not at all, not at all.
Yeah, buddy. I remember being 20. So do you think she ever cheated on you?
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, but
I would
here's
hope
the
not.
thing. She came here, and my wife said she refused to take a lie detector test.
I went,
So you're here, you're taking one, proving it to her, but she comes and she says, nah, I ain't doing it, ain't about me, you know. I don't know if she talks like that, but, you know. I'm improvising here.
Yeah, that was a good job. I don't know. Well, when you think about that, like she refused to, you know.
Well, my thing is, if you're here, both people should take it, right? It's either. All right. Let's meet your girlfriend and the mother of your child, Justine.
First of all, you a liar. You are a liar.
I'm not lying about anything.
How are you gonna lie like that?
I'm not lying about anything.
You
You're
are
just
a
jealous
liar.
and insecure.
How?
She's just a friend. That's
How?
all she is.
So you
Just-
let her, when I'm at work, basically supporting you because you don't got no job, you go and take her to our house to meet my son.
Then it's
like, oh, why'd you do it? Oh, because I want her to meet my son. Why do you want her to meet your son? Does she want to be the stepmom? Do you want to be with her?
Have you ever cheated on Dorian?
No, I haven't.
And you refused to take a lie detector test?
Because I didn't come here for that. He came here to prove to me. I don't care what y'all say, I'm not cheating. I never cheated.
And if you ever watch my show, I always say, it's not fair in a relationship when you both have problems, when one is saying, okay, I'll do it, another one says, no, I'm not doing it, it ain't about me. It's about both of you.
He wants to get back with me. And I told him, no disrespect to the show or anything, because I love your show, but it's just like, I did not want to be here. I did not want to come.
Right.
I didn't care if he was telling the truth or not. I would have
You
still
still want to be
tried
with him.
work it out.
And here's the thing. When you're young and good looking like you both are, other people are going to want to be with you. I mean, that's just that's nature, and you're gonna have to put up with that. I mean, my wife has to put up with it all the time.
Like she said about her not taking it.
You know what? Let's meet her. Let's meet Anaya.
What's your problem with me? For real, what's your problem with me? I have no issue with nothing. What's your problem? I swear that you guys. I'm not trying to get in between it, but you sitting up here trying to say I'm doing this, I'm doing that, saying that I have STDs. Are you kidding me? I never said you had a STD. You didn't? So you wasn't going around saying that I was a homewrecker, I had STDs, I never said that a day in my life, Anaya. Then how did I hear about it? I don't know. How did I hear about it? It's just coming out the air. That's what it is. How did I hear about a whole bunch of that you done with this? What have I done? We have been best friends since the 7th grade. I do not care. You used to be friends. What are you talking about? You lied. Lied about what? You lied saying that I was having sex with somebody. I never told Dorian anything like that.
No, I said you was hanging out with someone, and they told me, and you got mad. I never said anything about having sex with someone.
I gotta be honest, and I hate saying this, I really do, especially with young, and you have a child. But I gotta be honest because I've come to your house a million times when I wore a uniform. And I'm just gonna tell you, I don't think either one of you should be in this relationship.
I don't want to be.
Dorian came here and took a lie detector test. And we asked him, have you ever had sexual intercourse with Anaya? He said no. While in a relationship with Justine, have you had any sexual contact with any other female? He said no. While in a relationship with Justine, have you ever had any sexual intercourse with any other female? He said no. And the results for Dorian's lie detector test is Dorian told the truth.
I'd like an apology or something.
I'm sorry.
I think someone else deserves an apology.
I'm sorry.
Can I have a hug or something? Please?
I'm the bigger woman. It's okay.
I don't know, like I said, even though you passed the lie detector test, I say it all the time. When you're at 20, I don't know if you want to be in a committed relationship where you have to answer to anybody. You know, this is your young years of your life. You're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to have a lot of friends. At 20, you have a million friends. And then when you get to be my age, you got like 4. You know, so it does. You whittle it because you don't have time for that many people in your life because now you got kids and everything else. So, you know, do whatever you want to do. I hope it works out, and I hope you be civil. And I got to say, you are a breath of fresh air. Somebody 18. No matter what happens to the two of you, we're going to want to know what happens if you stay together or if you go your own ways. But you obviously, you gotta help her with the child. You got to take the pressure off her. You know, you got to help her. So that's it, okay? Good luck, man. I hope this helps you a little bit, okay? Really good. Nice to meet you. Very nice meeting you. Shakim's birthday trip turned ugly when he got the feeling that his best friend Charlton slept with his girlfriend Kayasia. Take a look how this BFF drama unfolded.
My ex-boyfriend is insane, and he thinks that I cheated on him with his best friend, and I don't care for either one of them. 4 months ago, I broke up with him because he's always been insecure. He treats me like an object. He always wants me around him. I have to tell him all my whereabouts and what I'm doing at every second, and even if I'm at work, I have to update him constantly. Last February in the Poconos, I took Shakin on a birthday trip around Valentine's Day. So Shakin got flat out, blackout drunk, and he believes while he was drunk that me and Charlton basically had sex on the trip. I would never sleep at Charlton, nor would I look at him twice on the street, because he's ugly. So me and Shakin been broken up for 4 months, but I'm using him for my needs. But I'm done with him. I know he misses me. He texts me every day. He asks me if I'm okay. Like I said, he's insane. Like, matter of fact, we were together for 3 years, and it does hurt that he would think that I would cheat on him after all the stuff I've been through with him. It reflects badly on my character. It makes me look crazy. So I don't want to be a girl who's just gonna cheat on their boyfriend with their best friend, because that's not me and that's nothing I'd ever do. After the test comes out, I can't wait to embarrass Shakin. He's a loser. He is.
Thank God that video's over, because I'm tired of her voice already. Long story short, Steve, she did a great thing taking me to the Poconos for my birthday. She invited my friend and another one of my friends, and she invited 2 of her friends. Long story short, where I'm getting at is, by the time we got to the Poconos, I was already like passed out, drunk. 2 hours in, we already settled and checked in. Long story short, I'm asleep now, right? Imagine you sleep. The Airbnb is fine. Like, it visually looks fine. And you wake up, it looks like elephants and tigers and everything went through it. It looks crazy. And then when you wake up, everybody's face is, oh, he's up. I'm like, hold on, like, I'm rubbing my eyes, like, what happened? I said, what I miss? I'm thinking about to tell me, oh, we did this, we did that. They like, you know, we just partied. I'm like, y'all just partied. Like, how'd that sound? Like, y'all just partied. Like, that's like, what, like, tell me. Nobody has an answer. Nobody has a solid answer, and it all matches. So it's like, okay, whatever. I do check her phone. I feel like if she checks my phone, there's no reason why I can't check her phone. It is what it is. She only had like 30 to 35 contacts on her phone. She did not have them as a contact before the Poconos. She had them as a contact after Poconos.
So you think your best friend slept with your girlfriend?
I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah.
I'm only here because you got that paperwork, and I know that you have the answer. It was so sincere the way I gave him the money. He literally felt like he had to tell me what he witnessed. Like, he literally said, like, I can't even be taking money from you.
What did he tell you?
He said, Shakin, honestly, I know it's been a long time, and I apologize for waiting so long to tell you, and I probably wouldn't have told you if you didn't give me this money. But, like, but I appreciate the honesty, though. I appreciate the honesty. He said, when you fell asleep, he witnessed with his own 2 eyeballs Kayasia and Charlton kissing. But when I asked her, it was like on a, man, you gotta think about it, we already broken up already, so she doesn't owe me any loyalty. She doesn't even owe me an answer, to be honest with you. But she laughed.
She still says that she didn't do this.
Yeah, she laughed. And to me, it's like, I can't even take her serious because she was a whole clown during our relationship.
Are you still good friends with Charlton?
Not the same.
Not the same.
The vibe is definitely the same. Ever since it came about, it's hard to look him in the eyes. Like, imagine, like, I really, like, this is somebody I knew from when I was younger. It's not like he's like somebody I met 10 years ago. I knew him for 2 decades plus. And he has a history of doing slime ball. I'm not even gonna lie to you, choose my French. He has a history of doing it. We already had situations where I wasn't involved, but I'm watching him bold-faced lie to another one of our friends to a similar situation to this. So I already know what he's capable of. So it's different if, like, I didn't see him.
So what's the chances he passes his lie detector test?
Steve, I'm not gonna lie to you.
What you not gonna lie about?
Steve, I'm not gonna lie to you.
What you mean, hold on?
Steve,
What you mean
he's a
not gonna
clown,
lie?
Steve. He's saying everybody, he's saying I'm a clown. He's saying Kayasia's a clown.
You're
really a clown.
How?
You see how he talks down
First
on
of
me?
all, you dead body, you
You're a
know what you
clown. You're a clown. What's up, bro? What's up?
Hold on,
I'm
why
here,
you keep saying
bro.
what's up like I'm not
I'm
like that?
here, bro. What's up?
Stop saying what's up like I'm not like that, boy. You know I'm like that. Stop playing with me, boy. Stop playing with me, boy. Just know you know what I know.
Shut up.
You know what I know.
Stop playing with me, bro.
You know I'm like that, too, so I don't know why you acting on the show.
Did you have sex with Kayasia?
No, I don't even look at her like that. She's not.
I need that paperwork.
She's nothing to me.
But there was a lot of drinking going on, right?
There was drinking going on, but I don't drink to the point where I don't remember stuff. I'm not like that. If I,
Miami?
But
Miami?
I'm saying,
Miami? Miami?
He's a clown, you see?
California?
Why would he say that?
I don't know why he would say that. First of all, that friend has a history of even lying. And
You don't, and you don't, and you don't,
He knows
and
that.
you
He
don't,
knows that.
and
He
you
knows that.
don't,
Bro, stop talking
and you
to me,
don't,
bro.
and you
He
don't.
knows that.
That would be, if you failed the test, that'd be pretty bad that you would do that.
If he failed the test, he knows my body. I'm gonna slap fire him on the Steve Wilkos show.
Don't boo me. Don't boo me, because he's a clown.
Boo! Yes, boo her.
Before the Poconos, Shakin was always insecure. Anything I did, he was following me. He would ask me what I'm doing all the time. He would ask about pictures. I came to clear my name. I work. I'm going after my dreams.
But you don't even care about him, right?
Nah, he's
What's
a
your
clown.
dream, by the way?
Right now, I'm a stylist, so I want to
Right.
keep working in styling.
I
I
don't
want to
know
go in the entertainment business. You don't know why?
I don't know why.
You don't know why?
I don't know why.
And they may be putting these corny-ass boots because of you. But anyways, it's fine. It's fine, but...
What made you kiss Charlton?
I ain't kiss Charlton. I didn't do nothing with him.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Why'd his friend say that he saw you two making out?
Because his friend's a clown just like him. He probably wanted the money. And you gave it to him. How'd that make you feel?
Did the accusations of this break you two up?
No, I've been wanting to leave this man. Like, I'm over him. Like, I was like, let me take him for this trip that you begged me.
I begged you?
You begged me. That you begged me for.
So you don't love Shakin?
I love Shakin.
You do?
Y'all want to be honest? I don't love her, though.
Please. Yo, I gotta laugh. He still do. He was just in my phone before the show.
You know why I called you? You only got one thing that's good about you. We ain't even got to talk about it, though. Other than not
and my money, right? And the trip, right? You don't got nothing else.
I hear you.
You do.
I hear you.
So if you call him up and say,
you don't say nothing.
I just want these
results. You don't say nothing.
Where's the results? Is that the package?
Mind your business.
Let's get the mail.
Let's get the mail right there. Let's get the mail.
So if you called up Shakin, would he come over?
Duh. If I post an Instagram story, he's coming. He's outside. I don't even gotta call you. He's outside.
Who thinks that she's a dirty dog?
Thank you.
Kayasia, you're up first, and we asked you, did you ever have sexual contact with Charlton? You answered no. Did you ever have sexual intercourse with Charlton? You answered no. Results came back the same to each question, and they came back that you told the truth.
I told the truth, Steve. I told the truth, Steve. Wait, who the clown? Wait, who's the dirty dog? Your mama. Look, your mama.
They all like
your
on his
mama.
side.
Now we quiet, silent, right? He ain't got nothing to say. He not hype no more.
Look at him.
Go run off the stage.
You just
know
look
how the show
stupid.
go. You know how the show go. Go run off.
Look at his face.
So Charlton, we asked you, did you ever have sexual contact with Kayasia? He answered no. Did you ever have sexual intercourse with Kayasia? He answered no. And the results are the same as Kayasia's.
Oh.
You're
I don't even care about you. I don't care about you. My
you
fault,
better be.
My fault, bro. I ain't gonna for my
Nah,
fault.
you're really a clown, bro.
You can leave, though. I ain't gonna lie. You can leave, because your job in here is done.
I'm on the show and I'm cute. Now what's up?
You're not even that cute.
Now what's up? My new man's in tune. Now what's up?
My fault, bro. I ain't gonna front my fault, bro. My fault.
Wait, can we go? I'm done with him.
You been excused. Like, I don't know why you here.
Really violent, though.
My fault, bro. My fault.
You really violated, bro. You brought me on the show.
So even though
for something I could have just told you.
You guys, you never really broke up your friendship, but there was tension because of these feelings.
Of course,
and then this friend that tells you this.
I need my money back.
Yeah. So can this completely put this to rest now?
I do apologize for being on the show, but I'm not apologizing for basically accusing you.
That's why he's a clown. You feel me?
Well, you guys are cool with each other?
He's a clown to me, but he's all right now. He's a clown, though.
Nice meeting you.
I appreciate you.
Good luck to you.
Steve, it's a pleasure. Thank you for that paperwork.
London was only dating David for 6 months when she began to suspect he was sneaking around with her best friend, Drea. Watch how this best friend deception played out. You pushed them to be friends.
I didn't even push them. It was just, we was all hanging out, and they was being rude to each other. Like, look, you're my boyfriend, you're my best friend. Be nice, be cordial
And now
to
they're
each
nice,
other.
and now you're unhappy.
No, it's beyond nice, though. It's beyond nice. They're being flirtatious.
Being flirtatious.
Yeah.
Because he's nice to her?
No, it's beyond that. They're always texting. It makes no sense for them to text
So
all
if
the
you're
time.
texting, you're having sex.
No, it's not that.
Well, then what is it?
Because it's the fact that what are they always texting about? 24/7?
Well, do you ever say, let me look at the text?
No.
Why
He doesn't
not?
let me go through his phone. I went through his phone one time, and that's only because I was using
And
it.
what did you find?
She texted him and said, oh, I had a good time with you today.
And did you confront him?
I did, and then she said, oh, it wasn't like that. We only hung out one time. No, but she lied about that. They hung out more than one time.
How many times they hang out?
Honestly, I don't even know.
How long you been with your boyfriend?
6 months.
6 months. Do you love him?
Yeah.
You love him?
Yeah.
You see a future there?
Huh?
You see a future?
Yeah.
What kind of future do you see with them?
I mean, we've been talking about moving in together and everything, but I'm not going to if he's doing my best friend.
Yeah, if he's doing your best friend, I want to move in with him either. You got a boyfriend, and if he ended up sleeping with your best friend, that would hurt anybody. But even if that did happen, what's the worst that could happen?
I mean, my
You
feelings,
find some
like,
other good-looking guy, and you're on your way.
No, it's more than that. Like, this is my best friend. Like, I tell her everything.
How long have you been best friends with her?
For over a year.
For over a year?
Yeah, and like, she's like a sister to me. I'm closer to her than I am to my real sisters.
Let's bring out your boyfriend, David.
Really, that is your best friend. That is your best friend.
I know that, and I understand that.
That is your best friend.
What's the
That is your best friend.
So why would you think that?
Why would you think that?
Why are you always texting her?
Talk about you, of course. You the one that always accusing me of doing that.
Okay, so you talk to her about me all the time?
Your
all
best
the time?
friend. London, really?
Yes, really.
Your best friend.
Really,
if
yes.
this is your best friend, why would I do that to hurt you? Why would I do that? That is your best friend.
So what?
That is your best friend.
Well, apparently it doesn't mean
okay, one compliment means the world to you now? What, one compliment?
No,
One
it's not
compliment.
that. No,
one
it's beyond that. Why didn't you tell me then?
Beyond
Why
what?
didn't you tell me
Beyond
then?
what?
Why didn't you
Beyond
tell
what?
me then?
Beyond
Why didn't you tell me then?
Tell you what? That we talk?
Yeah.
That we talk?
Yeah.
We talking now? What do you mean?
London.
And you don't care.
This is your best friend,
And you
London.
don't care.
London.
Your best friend obviously cares about you.
Why don't you go?
Do you really think she's gonna cheat on me with me?
Okay. Do you?
Yes.
Hold on. Let me.
So why y'all best friends if you really believe that?
Okay.
If that's the case, why y'all best friends? None of my homies. I don't have to worry about none of my homies. And they
David, come on now. I don't want to send you to your room.
I mean, it makes no sense.
I know.
Makes
It
no
doesn't
sense.
make no sense.
She's around all my homies all day. I do not question none of that.
Okay.
I have no questions about it.
So do you hang around with her friend when she doesn't know about it?
Yes, I hang around with her friend.
Why do you do that?
To get to know her better. I have no idea. I've never been around her more than a year. 6 months, Steve?
But honestly.
What about the last 6 months?
If you want to get to know her, shouldn't you spend time with her?
And I always do. I talk to her. I mean, who knows her better than her best friend?
Did you tell the girl, did you tell this other girl that she looked better than London?
Yes, I can tell a lot of girls in this crowd I didn't look better than her. Doesn't mean I want them.
Okay. Wow. Hold on. Wow. Now, you got a lot to learn, because if you do that, you should never say that when you're with somebody. Nobody's ever better looking than you.
Exactly. Are you listening?
No, really. Because, one, if you really care about the person you're with, you never want to hurt their feelings. And saying something like that hurts anybody's feelings. You know, believe me, I know I'm not Brad Pitt. And if my wife said, oh, some other guy was better looking than me, yeah, it would hurt my feelings. And I've been with my wife for 15 years,
We've been together 6 months.
I know.
6 months.
But still,
and
even 6 months.
And one little thing like that hurts her feelings?
She's better looking, your friend's better looking than you?
So if I say her cooking's bad, is she gonna go and break up with me over that? If I say her pancakes are burnt.
But you're not saying those other pancakes are better.
IHOP pancakes are better than hers, and she gonna start crying all of a sudden.
You're gonna have problems in relationships if you don't listen. Hey man, you could take the advice or you could chuck it. Never tell another girl that she's prettier than the one you're with. You do that and you'll avoid a lot of problems.
Besides that, what else have I been doing?
I don't know.
Texting.
But you took a lie detector test, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so
what
we'll
do you
find out.
All right, I mean.
Do you see a future with your girlfriend?
I'm trying to move in with her, but apparently, if she accusing me of doing her best friend.
Where are you gonna move into?
An apartment, a house. We still haven't got that planned out yet.
Okay.
I mean, it's not gonna work if she keeps accusing me over little things like this.
You're right.
I mean, how can I trust her? How can she trust me?
But you trust her, right?
Maybe if you weren't sneaky, I could trust you.
Sneaky.
Sneaky.
Well, it is sneaky if you're hanging around with her and you're not telling her about it, right?
Thank you.
That's sneaky.
I mean, it's to better our relationship.
Hanging out with another female is to better our relationship.
It ain't another female, it's
really?
your best friend. We talk
Another
about you.
female.
What are you hoping happens today?
I'm hoping she get over this best friend
You
thing.
hoping you're proving that you can show that you never slept with her, blah, blah,
yes,
blah.
I mean, Steve, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Steve.
Wow.
I don't know. Do you want to tell your story on the Steve Wilkos show? Visit the link in the description to get my help. Let's bring out the other girl, Drea.
You're my best friend. You're like my sister. I would
So
never do
what?
this to you.
Apparently
Why are you
not.
accusing
Hold
me?
on,
I
first
would
of all,
never do this
you're
to
in my
you.
face
He's
right
like
now.
my brother. You
You
wanted
give me
us to get
space.
close.
You're in my
But
face.
you wanted us to
First
get
of all,
close, right?
So
you
what?
brought
So
us
you
together.
Okay,
You
so
brought us together.
If I text your man like that and hung out with your man behind your back, how would you feel? You already know you'd be mad.
Yeah, I would, but
Exactly.
you have to
Okay, now it's over.
but
It's
you
over.
have to
It's done. It's
understand
done.
that
It's done.
he's trying to get to know you. He's trying to move in with you.
So talk
He
to
wants
me.
be
What he
with
gotta talk to you
because
for?
we have a friendship.
Hey, you know, here, okay, hold on a second. You know, you just said it yourself. If you had a boyfriend and your best friend was sneaking around with your boyfriend, hanging out with them, you wouldn't like that, right?
Right.
She's your best friend. So why are you doing that to her?
Because now that she knows, she won't believe us.
Well, if you would have been open and honest
You
up
weren't
front,
sneaky about it.
It seemed like you had a crush on him.
But I didn't say it, he did.
I know, but did you
And
see
you
how
liked
you
it.
reacted?
Anybody in the crowd or anybody says, oh, you look nice or oh, you look pretty, you wouldn't be happy? You wouldn't feel good?
Not like the way you did.
Oh, he thought I was pretty. Come on now.
I don't even know what we asked Drea, but what are we hoping here for?
I mean, I hope it's not true, but if it is, they can go ahead and be together. I'm gonna go home.
If I wanted her, I would talk to her in the beginning.
But you didn't meet her in the beginning. But you didn't meet her in the beginning.
Hold on.
When I first met her, I started talking to her.
David, you want to be with...
You are now.
David, you want to be with London?
As friends.
The whole, we're here to straighten everything out,
You
so I
wanna
can be with her.
So you want to be with her? You want to be with her?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
And you just want to be friends with both of them?
I'm friends with both of them.
All right.
And I feel like I'm always in the middle. I feel like he tells me stuff about her, she tells me stuff about him, and I'm just in the middle.
Drea, you were given a lie detector test. You came all the way here to prove that you guys are just friends, right?
Right.
All right.
One compliment.
Do you want to be in a relationship with David? You answered no. The results for that question is you didn't tell the truth.
Wow.
What?
Wow. Really?
Said that you lied.
Okay.
And then we asked you, have you ever had sexual intercourse with David? You said no. And the results for your lie detector test is she didn't tell the truth.
Wow, really, Jay? Was it good? Was it good? Was it good? Did you enjoy it? Please come. Did you enjoy it? Let me know. Was it worth it?
It's not true.
Was it? So the test is lying. Everybody's lying. So you didn't answer the question. Was it good? Was it worth it?
Wouldn't you say, Drea, hold on. Wouldn't you say if David fails, that if you both failed, wouldn't that be kind of like a lot of evidence against you?
Yeah, I kind of would.
Now, if he passes, then I would say, you know what, maybe there's a mix-up with the lie detector test, right?
Because he's a friendly liar.
Nothing to
Let's
worry
see.
about.
Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, we'll see.
I said I wanted to be with her, I'll be with her.
David, you were asked, do you want to be in a relationship with Drea? And you answered no. And you didn't tell the truth either to that question.
Oh. It didn't tell the
So
truth.
he
I'm not
failed
surprised.
about wanting to be in a relationship with you. How does that make you feel?
Good.
I'm shocked and sad.
You ain't sad. Shut up. Next.
And then we asked him, have you ever had sexual intercourse with Drea? And you answered no. But same result, you
You
failed
lied.
too.
Probably
You
in a dream.
lied.
Probably in a dream.
You lied.
In a dream, wow.
You lied. So you lied, really?
Really? I lied.
Really, you
No,
lied
I
for real?
didn't. I didn't.
Apparently you did.
Apparently I did.
So it's just magical that you both failed, right? Really? You failed and you failed.
It's not true.
Steve, what did the test say?
That they both failed.
Thank you.
Not true.
Thank you. So, y'all go ahead, be together, do all that good stuff. I'm gonna go home.
I just
Yeah.
want to ask you.
I'm done.
Hey,
I'm
London,
going home.
London. Good luck to you, honey. I hope it works out for you. The facts of it is, this isn't like a really serious show where we just found out shocking results. This isn't, a crime hasn't been committed. We're not breaking up a family here.
You really are.
Man, you probably just
We're
did.
really not.
Probably
really
just
did,
did.
We're breaking up two teenagers that are dating. That's what we're doing. And honestly, I'm not doing anything. You're doing anything you're doing with your actions and what you're doing. You chose to come on the show. You thought that you could beat a lie detector test, which at your young age you found out that you cannot do. And listen, if you want to be with him, if you slept with him, I really don't care. I don't. If you want to see him, if you guys go home and start dating tomorrow, good luck to both of you. I really do. I hope things work out for you. The one bad thing, though, is when you start burning your friends, when you start doing things behind their back, your best friends, that's not good.
It's not true. I didn't do it.
And if you conduct yourself that way, if you sell yourself out, your friendship, okay, you walk off now.
Or something.
Now we're down to one. And I'm just trying to give you good advice. That's all. Nobody's yelling at you. I'm not going to throw you off my stage.
Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead, Steve.
You've done nothing. Again, you're what, 21 years old?
20.
20 years old. You know what? You shouldn't be committed to anybody. You should go out and date 100 women. You know what I mean? You should go out.
I try not to. I only want one. I only need one.
Okay. Now, do you consider yourself a good guy?
I try to be my best of ability.
You try to be a good guy, right?
Yeah.
So now, would you lie to Steve Wilkos?
No.
Okay. So now here's your chance to, I just want to clarify for the audience, the people watching at home, and I want you to tell the truth, David, okay? Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
It's just you and me on stage, the girls are gone. Did you sleep with Drea?
Steve, I didn't.
All right. If you want to stick to that story, that's pretty good. And it doesn't matter, because I don't think you're going to be dating London in the near future. And I think Drea will take you, and, you know, good for you. And But you know what? In the future, you don't want to hurt people's feelings. And even though this isn't the most serious of subjects, the one thing I would think, you know, there has to be something in you that prevents you from sleeping with girlfriends, best friends, and stuff like that. You know what? You're a young guy. You're going to make mistakes, and that part we all go through. But you got to, you know, make a distinction of, you know what? I can't do that because not only is she going to break up with her boyfriend and feel bad, but then I'm taking her best friend away from her too. And that's the part that sucks. And that's the part that you should avoid, okay? Good luck. Okay. Roxanna swore that her boyfriend Emmet was sleeping with her sister Kay. But Kay said her sister was her best friend and she never hurt her. Take a look at their story. How long you been with this guy?
We've been together 3 years. We have a 15-month-old baby daughter. And we got into the relationship while I was with another man, and I was cheating on with Emmet.
You were cheating on the other guy with Emmet?
Yeah. So Emmet got some insecure issues, you know, with me, as
Once
thinking
a cheater,
that
always a cheater?
Yes,
Yeah.
thinking that I was out cheating on him all the time and things like that. So our relationship got pretty bad. So we broke up, and then I ended up getting with one of his best friend. And yeah, and you know, we fooled around. Me and Emmet eventually end up getting back together. I wanted to be honest with him and let him know, you know, what had happened while we were split up.
And how did he react to the news that you slept with his?
He was highly upset. It hurt him really bad.
He wants to marry you.
And I want to marry him.
Except for the fact that you think he's sleeping with your sister.
Yes.
Do you really believe that?
Yes. I really do.
Why?
In my bedroom, I had found a used condom in the trash can. So it made me feel like he was doing something with her when I was at work behind my back.
And he doesn't use those with you?
And he does not use those with me, no.
You know, I'm tired of all these accusations and everything of you saying I'm cheating on you. You know, I'll never have sex with your fat ass sister, double wide trailer when I got a beautiful ass girl right here in front of me all the time. Why would I do that? Why would I do that to you? When I want to marry you, when I want to have our family together, why would I do it?
Because I can't trust you, because you're always out doing stuff, and then
you can't trust me. You can't even let me go out for 30 minutes for you to trust me. How can you do that?
You guys are always downstairs looking at each other, talking, having carried conversation.
Normal people talk to other people's family members.
And you never
normal
even have
people
that
do that.
You never look at me the way you look at her. You guys are always talking. You never say anything. You never.
I tell you every day how beautiful you are.
And
I tell you every day how much I love you.
Go into the trash can and I find something that's like
a family member's house.
She thinks that you're sleeping with her sister.
Why would I even do that when I want to marry her?
You want to marry her?
Yeah, I want to marry her.
Yeah. Well, I could give you a reason why you might do that, because she says she saw.
She's messed around with him after 2 days of us being broke up.
Which
2 days.
Sucked, right?
Yeah, it broke my heart.
Broke your heart.
Because
well, I'm saying that might be a reason why you would do that.
I wouldn't do it even to spite her. I wouldn't do it to spite her. I wouldn't do nothing like that.
Do you cheat on him?
No.
Ever?
Never. I love him with all my heart.
I think sometimes she
and soul.
accuses me of cheating so much because she has a guilty conscience.
Does she go out?
No, I do not think so.
Did you sleep with your sister's
Definitely
boyfriend?
not.
Why
I
do you
would
think
never do that to her.
You would never do
Not
that
in a
to her.
million years.
Have you ever made sexual advances towards your girlfriend's sister, Kay? You said no. Have you ever had sexual physical contact with your girlfriend's sister, Kay? And you said no. Have you ever had sexual intercourse with your girlfriend's sister, Kay? And he said no. While in a relationship with Roxanna, have you ever had sexual physical contact with anyone else? He said no. While in a relationship with Roxanna, have you ever had sexual intercourse with anyone else? He said no. They came back all the same. They came back that you told the truth.
What's up? Think about that. You can't even think about that. What is up? You can't even think that I'm a cheater.
We asked Roxanna, while in a relationship with Emmet, have you ever had sexual physical contact with anyone else? She said, of course not. No. While in a relationship with Emmet, have you ever had sexual intercourse with anyone else? And she said, no. Have you ever had sexual intercourse with that one particular friend of Emmett's? Because she said they just fooled around. But they didn't have sexual intercourse.
Yeah, that's what she was telling
me. And when
me.
we asked her about it, have you had sexual intercourse with that one particular friend? She said no. And the results for your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth.
I'm what? Not true. That isn't true. I never had sex with no other guys. While we've been in a relationship, I never had sex with no other guys.
You ain't gonna stop me from doing nothing. I proved my honesty to you, and you just totally lied. So when I want to go out, I don't even have to tell you when I'm going out. I'm going.
So I want to know what the one that was lied about, because I've never did anything.
You lied about all of them.
I did not.
Well, you did.
I did not have. That's a lie. I have never been with another man. I swear. My
slept with.
I've never, well, we've been in a relationship, have did nothing.
But you told
with
him you
another.
did not sleep with this, and you did.
I did not sleep with.
She couldn't even remember if she's gay.
That's a lie.
I can't believe it.
Let me rephrase that.
That is a lie.
You're done.
That
You're
is a lie.
done. Good.
That is a lie. I've never. That's a lie.
She's out there. She went out that stage. She wants you, man. She wants you. She wants you to come home, and then she wants to go out drinking sometimes, and
do what she wants.
Right. Or you could go out that door and say, you know what? I'm going to take care of my responsibilities with my daughter, but I'm going out this door to lead a very exciting, untied down life.
I'm still going back to the one I love. Still going
Then
back
go out
to the
that
one I
door. Roberta had a 40th birthday bash, but what should have been a great night turned into chaos. Roberta claimed that her boyfriend Bryan and her best friend Jennifer had sex the night of her party. Watch what happened.
Well, Steve, about a little over a month ago, I moved her in with me and my boyfriend. And she wasn't doing so good where she was, and I wanted to try to help her out. So I moved her in my home, and they acted strange around each other. They wouldn't talk to each other, wouldn't say two words to each other. And they were also, every Monday they were home alone while I was at work till midnight. And she wouldn't leave the home on Mondays. She'd leave any other day, but on Mondays she wouldn't leave. So on my birthday, which was Tuesday last week, I thought, well, you know, these suspicions, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of having all these suspicions. I want to know the truth. So I put my phone on record and just put it under the couch. I went to the grocery store to get buy my birthday dinner that I was going to cook for myself. I come back home about a little over an hour later. I listened to the recording at least 50 times.
You listened to it 50 times?
At least 50 times. And somebody's having sex on my recording.
And you think it's Bryan?
I'm positive.
You're positive. How long you and Bryan been together?
Off and on for 17 years.
Well, that's a long time together.
Yeah, it is.
You've been friends, she said, since you've been 12 years old.
Yes, 5th grade.
5th grade. And she says that you're her best friend, that she would never do anything like that to you.
I don't believe her. I don't trust her anymore.
28 years being best friends?
Yeah, I don't trust her. I don't trust him. I just don't trust anybody right now.
Okay. You brought the recording for us to listen to. Why don't we play that recording now? You listened to that tape 50 times?
It was a lot longer than that.
And when you listen to that, you hear what?
I hear her moaning and groaning. I hear him saying things too.
I hear a TV.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any sex on that tape. I mean, nothing that would make me believe that anybody was having sex.
It's my best friend. Why would I think anything like that without...
Well, because you did have a threesome with her and your boyfriend years ago, right?
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
I don't know why they're saying that. That is not true. They had a thing one time, but I never was involved in that. Never.
But they both saying, your boyfriend's saying that you had a threesome with them.
I was sleeping, apparently, because I was not involved in it.
So you're saying it was a twosome?
It was a twosome with him and her.
And they told you they had a twosome?
Yeah, they said it was my idea. I was drunk and I passed out.
Oh, and you said, hey, go have sex with each other.
That's what they're saying.
How long ago was that?
2009. They've never, ever told me anything about it until 3 days ago.
Oh, you found out about this 3 days ago?
About the so-called threesome? Yes,
Right.
3 days ago. Why wouldn't they say anything about it until now? 5 years later, I just found out I'm supposedly supposed to have a threesome with these people?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a threesome, you want to know about it.
I wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't know about it. It didn't happen.
Well, I'm saying, you would, I think
Yeah.
most people would want to know. Let's bring out your friend for the past 28 years, Jennifer.
Really? You would bring me on this show after 28
No,
years
you
thinking
did
that
this to me,
I slept with
Jennifer.
your
It's on
boyfriend? No,
recording.
you're a stupid
It's
bitch.
on
It ain't me
recording.
on
No,
there.
you're the
I would do this to
You're
you.
the whore.
No, you're a stupid bitch, and all I want to touch me. I'll buzz
Don't,
you.
hey,
That's what I
don't
wanna
touch
do.
each other. Don't touch each other.
You slander me, my name,
Because
through social media.
you're
No, I didn't do
a whore.
anything. The first time I've heard this tape,
Oh, my
there's no sex
God.
on that tape. You're Bryan.
You just stay away
your
from
brain
me.
is twisted.
No, your brain is
your
twisted.
brain is twisted.
You just
bitch.
want everything
You're
that
a
I
liar.
have.
You want to act like
I
you're
try to
innocent
help
victim.
you.
You want to act like the threesome didn't happen. You were
Oh,
kissing
my
me
God,
on my
I don't
wall
have
in
to
the
act
house.
because it didn't
You didn't kiss
happen.
me. You didn't put me up against the wall.
Oh
and
my
kiss
God,
me.
we're gonna
You're
find
a
out
liar.
today.
Yeah,
We'll see who
we
the liar
will.
is.
What,
Yeah, we will.
what happened with the threesome?
We were partying at my house. Sorry.
I want to know every detail.
Come on, I'd like to know every
well,
detail.
we was all partying, drinking.
The three of you.
The
Bryan.
three of us, her, me, and Bryan. Me and her started kissing.
You two.
Yes, me and her started kissing on the wall.
And you don't remember this part.
Yes, she knows.
We
She's
might-
just
we
embarrassed
have-
and don't want to say nothing.
We have kissed. We did not have a threesome.
Okay. So you started kissing.
Yes. And one thing led to another. We went into the bedroom.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't skip over the good parts.
I guess we got naked.
and got in my bed. She, I guess, must have been not feeling it too much anymore because she said she was going to go to sleep. She told us
You're
to finish.
such a liar.
No, you're a liar.
What happened
She
to the
told us to
laundry
finish.
room? What about
She
the
told us
laundry
to
room?
finish, so me and him met back up in the laundry room at my house. We finished the thing.
And then you woke up and did you tell her, hey,
We woke up on the same bed. She was in the middle. He was on one side. I was on the other side.
And did you say, hey, me and Bryan finished?
We
or-
didn't say
Yeah, it's
anything. Like, we didn't even talk about it again.
Right, because it was kind of awkward.
Right.
Now she says her birthday was last week.
Yes.
She turns 40, and it's a big birthday in somebody's life. And that for her birthday present, you slept with her
That's a
boyfriend.
lie. It's a lie. I was asleep when she went to the store. I woke up maybe 15 minutes before she came home. She came in. I helped her put the groceries up. I didn't screw your man.
She says Monday's your favorite day of the week
I don't even know what she's talking about Monday.
because she works till midnight and that you're sleeping all day with Bryan.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. I can't even stand him. I
Oh,
can't
well,
even
why
stand him
wouldn't
for
you leave and go on your dinner date then that night, the day before my birthday?
Because
why? Why didn't you?
Why
just,
did I
why'd you
tell
stay
you?
home?
Because I wasn't attracted to the man that wanted to take me out to dinner.
Any
We'll
other
see about
times did
that.
you have sex with Bryan other than that threesome
Never.
night? If you couldn't stand Bryan, why did you have sex with him?
Back then, I didn't hate him as much as I do right now.
Why do you hate him now?
Because he's put her through a lot of stuff. I've sat there and been with,
And you haven't?
with her when she has sat and cried because he's cheated on her numerous times. She's had to put him out of the house. I mean, all the mental
Is that
anguish.
true?
And you had to make it worse?
All the mental anguish. She knows I hate him. I would never be with him again.
Let's bring out Bryan.
So now you're telling all these people that me, you had something? You're lucky I was drunk.
We
to
had
be
a
with
threesome.
that?
It
We
don't
never
matter.
had a damn threesome.
We did.
No, we
were in
did
my
not.
laundry
You
room.
two
You're a
kissed.
liar.
I mean, you had sex
You're
and
a
never
liar.
went to a bed.
Did we have sex on her birthday,
We
Bryan?
didn't
No,
have
we did not.
a
No, we
threesome.
did
You,
not.
And
you
I
two
can't
slept
believe I have to
together.
be on
You
your
two.
side because I hate
Hold
you
on.
so much.
Why are you so angry with her?
Because she's a homewrecker.
What did I
She's
do?
trying to get me in her split because these two
How-
had
what
an
did I
affair
do?
before, and she
What
wants
the
to be
hell
out
did
business.
I
She get back
do?
with
But
her.
she's
I
saying,
come to
hold
her
on,
house to
hold on.
live.
You both have cheated on me.
How you gonna sit there and tell her I cheated on? Tell these people out here I cheat on her.
Because
Have
you
you
have.
ever seen me cheat on her? Have I walked in a bar and seen you? Who I'm with? You ever seen me with a woman at a bar? Hell no.
Whatever
So how
you
you gonna
say,
sit there and
Bryan.
lie and
It
tell these people I
doesn't
cheat on
matter.
her?
What matters is
I don't-
what I think. And I
don't
think
care.
you've cheated on
Do
me
you?
numerous
Well, I don't care what
times.
you think. Where's the damn results at? Get them out.
I
I'll show
think
you
you've
that
cheated
ain't
on me
cheating.
numerous times,
All
and
right,
I
well,
would love to know.
we have Jennifer's first. All right, Jennifer came here. We asked Jennifer, in the past month, have you had sexual physical contact with Bryan? You said no. In the past month, have you had sexual intercourse with Bryan? You said no. Besides the one time in 2009, have you had sexual contact with Bryan? You answered no. Besides the one time in 2009, have you had sexual intercourse with Bryan? And you said no. Did Roberta initiate the threesome in 2009? She said yes. Every question, the result came back the same, and it came back that Jennifer told the truth.
Thank you.
Kiss my ass, bitch! Kiss my ass! Kiss
I'm
this
done
big
with you
fat
guys,
ass.
I
That's what
swear,
you need
I'm
to
done.
do. Yeah, come on!
Come back out.
She keeps cussing at me. I'm going to hit her.
Roberta, can you relate to this story? Need my help? Call 1-888-STEVE-07. In the past month, have you had sexual physical contact with Jennifer? And he said no. In the past month, have you had sexual intercourse with Jennifer? He said no. Besides the one time in 2009, have you had sexual contact with Jennifer? And he answered no. Besides the one time in 2009, have you had sexual intercourse with Jennifer? He said no. Did Roberta initiate the threesome in 2009? And he said yes. And the results for his lie detector test came back all the same. And they came back that Bryan also told the truth.
I did not cheat on her. Now let's get to the other results. You don't have no results for her.
What do you feel about that? You were wrong about them having sex on your birthday.
Told you. So you know now.
It means you haven't messed with Jennifer. It
I
don't
ain't
mean
messed
you
with
haven't messed with
nobody.
anyone
Now you
else.
gonna bring up somebody else
I
in
don't
it.
trust.
Hey,
Okay,
I
if
don't
I'm
care
by
who you
myself
mess
with her.
just me.
Maybe you were drinking a lot that night that you forgot about the threesome.
You stirred it up, but you
Maybe I
you
did
we
tell you
not
guys
have
to
a
go do
threesome.
it like you
To
said.
the whole
I don't
world,
know.
we did not have a threesome.
I just don't remember that.
But you did initiate it.
But they both passed.
Okay. And I don't know if I passed, but we're about to find out.
In the past 2 years, have you had sexual physical contact with anyone other than Bryan? You said no. In the past 2 years, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than Bryan? You said no. And you told the truth.
It doesn't tell me that you have been faithful.
I just screw it all, don't I?
You seem very unhappy.
I am unhappy.
And just with being quiet, why are you?
I'm unhappy because I can't trust him.
Well, then why do you stay with them?
I just love him too much.
Oh,
I don't
come
know what to
on.
do.
Did he ever tell you happy birthday?
No,
I
never.
didn't think so.
You didn't get her anything.
Why should I? Why the hell? I was
Come
still out on her birthday.
Why should you?
Steve, when you're accused of doing something you didn't
You're
do.
a grown man.
Yeah,
17
it
years
don't
with,
matter.
17 years with a woman, you don't wish her happy birthday on her 40th birthday?
Why should I? Then again, here, hell, them two probably be the ones getting married.
You believe me? You already knew.
The recording.
You knew right here. What recording? That recording was nothing.
Steve hit the nail on the head. It was a TV.
It wasn't me. I
It was the
told
TV,
you that.
yeah, and the recording.
Here's the thing I want to say, Roberta. He didn't even wish you happy birthday.
No.
Why are the two of you together?
That's a good question. Oh, it
There's
is.
no happiness. They're fired.
Are you happy?
He's happy with me only because I do what he wants. I say what he wants.
And pays all the bills.
When
Oh,
he
yeah,
wants.
she pays all the
And now that you're 40 and you're halfway through your life, do you want to continue living your life that way?
I don't want to live like this. I still haven't got the answer if he's been faithful. No, I'm not. I'm not going to live
Okay,
like this.
so at some point in your life, you got to say, I'm a big girl now. I'm going to
Just be
make
done
the
with it.
decisions I want. What do you want to do right here and now?
Yeah, walk out that door if you're going with her, and then I'll walk out that one.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
I watch Steve Wilkos. I know how it rolls. So get your ass going. I'll walk out that way. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Nobody wants you around. Let him go.
Well, right there is an act. That he's hoping that you run after him. Or
No, I don't. I want her to stay where the hell she's at.
If you know that you're going to be with him, then I do want you to go out that door because life is real. And if you think you're going to be with him, which I think you are.
Come on, Bert.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm
Then-
saying? I have to do what he wants, when he wants, how
Well,
he
then
wants.
what? But like I said, it's your life.
I don't want it. That's right, I don't. I don't have to. Goodbye, Bryan.
If that's really the case, walk out that door.
No, I'm going out this door. I'm not.